Hello! Even randomizer more tubers. Even more randomized tubers. Cut. Start over. Welcome to another BlueAnkylo Let's Play live stream of FF1 Rando with more crazy flags. I'm having a great time testing out all sorts of different flags the last few days. So, I'm going to go through the actual flags with you guys a little bit. And just to give you an idea of what's going on, because it's going to be a bit of a different run than usual. So, we're going to randomize the weapons and armor. We've got the plus-minus type mods for the armor, so we're going to be able to buy in a shop, say, a flame sword. Normally you cannot buy a flame sword, but it won't include, you know, nuke staff or massa or opal. Well, it might have opal bracelet, but basically the best gear is still excluded from the shops. But I want to have lots of stuff in the shops. We're not randomizing magic levels. This is the kind of thing that we usually do and gives you a chance at nuke at level 1 or 2. Not available this time around. So you're going to need higher levels to get the level 8 magic than typical. We'll randomize a couple things though. I'm also not randomizing the enemies very much. Although, actually, well, this is checked. I meant to uncheck it probably, but whatever. Point is, we're going to play with, air quote, vanilla enemy scripts and skills and spells. For reasons that you'll understand shortly. We're doing a relatively incentivized run, expecting us to go to most places in the game, because I'd like to go most places and fight some enemies, you'll see. The only place that isn't incentivized, typically, is the Marsh Locked and the Volcano. I even incentivized Earth, so, you know, crazy, right? But that leaves 3 loose items, but we've got a bunch of special gear here, just so we get it. You know, this is the best of the best, you know? No crazy end goals, no entrance shuffles, pretty standard progression hacks, early items, open southern and north progression, it's continent hacks. Southern progression is the dwarf cave from Corneria, northern progression is those docks in the north. We've got Zozo Melmond. I've actually set the scaling to relatively easy, because again, you'll see soon, enemies are going to be a little bit different. We've got a generous XP bonus and XP progression. Basically, every key item is 10% more experience and gold, so it's nice. Relatively generous encounter rate, a little bit lower than normal. And randomized stats, but nothing too crazy. This is a nice, easy starting set. We're going to let me pick my party comp however I want. We're going to do all the convenience things and all the bug fixes, including the thief buff. We could change M defense, but I'm not doing that right now. But the experimental branch is where things are getting weird. We'll do the waterfall cave rando, procedurally generation, that's fine. NPC guillotine, no big deal, you know how that works. But this is the new one for tonight. Generate new formations, Randomizer. This means new monster, or new formations of monsters, rather than always fighting groups of 3 or 2 to 5 or 2 to 6 imps. That's no longer a guaranteed formation in the game. And then we're also enabling completely new enemies. So this is going to be complicated. I don't know very much about it. I've only tested out a little bit, but the enemies will no longer be imps and giants and whatever, all the normal enemies. Bosses should stay the same, but this is what I want to test out, and I don't want them to have nuke. I want to see what the Randomizer gives them. So this is almost it's almost like a vanilla run with an overhaul mod. It's still going to have the kind of relatively normal progression going from town to town, although because of the randomized item placement, I still could go through the game in a different order, but the early game enemies should be easier, and then the higher level skills and spells will be on the later enemies, in theory. We're going to keep testing out the new Spellcrafter spell system. I'm a little bit more familiar with what the spells do. I've looked up a bit of I found a bit of a FAQ for how the names work, so it's going to be a little bit easier. Plus, by not having the levels randomized, we will see them in the progression you'd normally have in a vanilla playthrough. Less randomized playthrough, where level 1 has the weak spells, level 2 has slightly better, and so on and so forth. Other than that, we're going to continue doing our random weapon and armor bonuses, and fun enemy names. I probably should turn that off, because it probably doesn't work with the Randomizer, but anyway, that is all. Without further ado, let's give this a try. So I'm going to go with a pretty standard party because, well, I have no idea how difficult this is going to be. we're going to put in Sir Garwin here. It's a Twitch viewer who's been commentating. But if you'd like to get your name in, you know the drill. Actually, what I should do is just skip all the vowels, right? Garwin. Bam. Oh, I want a thief. So yeah, I mean, I give the thiefer the thief buffs. So we'll do some of those. This one can be Grotham. And then we're gonna go white mage, black mage. If I can select them. We'll go with Luke again. All the active commentators get all the advantages here. The active chatters. And finally, let's see. Well, I see one more name in the active list, so we'll go with Dima for now. If you want to join in next time, you got to be active in chat. That's the rules. Them's the rules. So there's your 4 party members. Sorry, Stuart. You commented just 5 seconds too late. Maybe next time. Alright, so let's get started here. Alright, so first things first. We're going to go check out the shops in Corneria like you always do. But instead of having access to, like, you know, Fade and Nuke, we actually have legitimately level 1 spells. Now, last time we did the Spell Crafter. Hold on, let me move just a little bit here. I feel like this has gotten a little bit bigger over time. Move that a little bit higher so it doesn't interfere with our menus. So, basically, these are actually level 1 spells. Like vanilla Final Fantasy 1 style level 1 spells. It says Heal 1, Invis 1, Cure 1, Confuse 1. So they probably won't... they probably won't be very effective. It's hard to say exactly what's changed. White mages never used to learn Confuse or Heal at level 1. But this might have different stats than your Tier 1 Invis or Heal 1 in the original game. So even though they've got the same names as some vanilla spells, they probably aren't the same effect. And we've got Fire, Magic Missile, Lock, and Mute. Mute on a black mage is a bit weird. And, heck, Magic Missile sounds awesome. Anyway, they're quite cheap. Lock could be good against some difficult bosses, but for now, Magic Missile and Fire. I believe Magic Missile is non-elemental single target, and Fire is, well, at level 1, it will be Fire elemental single target. But they should be a little bit better than the vanilla Fire 1 was, because they buffed up a lot of the basic spells. It's kind of funny to start with Cure and Heal. I'm going to say Invis 1 is not going to be very important. We might want to pick up Heal, but maybe we can find a cheap bit of armor or weapons to get us started. So let's check this out. We've got some good wooden helmets, some bad ice shields, really good flame shields, really bad copper bracelets, and a really good opal shield once we get promoted. So, like, this is great. This is good for our ninja. This is good for our knight later. This is bad. This is bad. But, hey, wooden helmet for Garwin up top. So, unlike normal wooden helmet, this is actually a decent amount of absorb for the early game. As far as weapons go, well, a falcon -3, not great. Giant sword +3, probably flame sword +1 is the best here, but that's a bit expensive for right now. If we had the money, the longsword +1 would be okay. So if we go clear Garland, we might have enough money for a longsword +1. In fact, because we have pretty generous randomizer settings, we should get quite a lot of money pretty quick. And no save items. Soft potions, pure potions, and regular heals. Dima with the gigantic gambles. Alright, so let's go have a look at some random encounters. So, these are not the imps I was expecting. We don't really have any like weapons equipped or anything, so we're gonna have to punch them. Or try to confuse them and have them kill each other. Or magic missile them. Magic Missile, 36 damage. Confuse, single target. It didn't work, though. So I would assume, reasonably likely odds, that these bums are mostly similar to how strong an imp is. So imps had like 8 HP and relatively low damage. It seems likely that without any crazy extra randomization, these things should be, you know, basically imps. They just look like giants. Anyway, that gave us enough money, I believe, to buy a sword. So that'll be useful. Now we don't have to actually use all of our magic. As far as Grotham is concerned, I believe thieves can use... I know thieves can use rune swords. I think they can use falcons, but I don't think they can use long swords. Pretty sure that's going to be fighter only. Yeah. So with that, maybe we'll go kill Garland. We'll see what we'll run into. I didn't randomize enemy scripts. Because of the Randomizer, knowing what enemies can do is very difficult. But with supposedly early game enemies, both in terms of stats and spells, I don't think we will run into anything that has nuke this early on. So we found some goyles. Now, gargoyles do show up in this dungeon a little bit, and technically crawls do as well, but what's going to be different is their statuses, their status attacks, their elemental weaknesses. Like, I don't know for sure. Youch. These guys are beating us up pretty good, and there's too many. We don't have any sweeper spells or anything, right? But yeah, I don't really know yet how to predict. It's not a very good shield, but hey, it's better than nothing. I don't know how to predict what will work on them just yet. So, in the original game, I had a pretty good idea what a Hydra was weak or strong against. But a Zed Hydra? I mean, you can see. Z Hydra has Gaze, that's kind of scary. Not a lot of HP though, fire takes it down. Let's just run, though. Glance is pretty bad. And I'd like to save some charges for the Black Knight. I mean, it's a lizard in disguise. Garland. Who knew Garland was actually a lizard all this time? Let's try some fire. That's so good. 38 damage. Garland the lizard takes a bite out of Garwin, but no real damage. Gar lizard. Alright, we took him down with a longsword. Good job, Garwin. Everyone gets to level up. And we can save the princess. So maybe... oh, I should probably check some of this stuff off. Maybe you can guess why we didn't want to randomize all the enemies this time around. Well, we got out. We have access to most of the world already. Thanks, King and Princess. It was very generous of you. But yeah, I did a little baby test. The King just gave me the crown. Very nice of him. If you just straight up let the enemy randomizer, the script randomizer, and the enemizer at the same time, you can get into a pretty nasty situation with enemies you've got no idea what they're weak against or strong against, and early game kind of weak weapons. Let's just buy this junky falcon for Grotham. It's better than nothing. You know, 13 and 18, right? That's better than your fists. Yeah, a little. Enjoy that. The princess just dug a canal for us, and the king gave us his crown. Alright, so not a lot more money yet. Probably not worth buying these up. These will have an absorb of 1, because a copper bracelet has absorb of 4. -5 is going to probably either be 0 or maybe it caps at 1. Otherwise, pretty bad. Yeah, I'm the king now. And then I was going to buy that heal spell before we leave. Is there any other magic slots? Yeah, we've got magic missile and fire. Let's pick up... oh, fire, magic missile, lock. Lock does always work. But that's a very weak lock. And mute, you know, I don't know. I don't think we need it. You'd have to know that enemy has magic for you to use mute. Alright, let's see if we can go check Matoya's chest, and then we'll go to Provoka and kill the pirates. But this is going to be I believe, will be quite an interesting seed. Ah, golems! Now, this is an area that would have typically imps, some ogres, some creeps, maybe mad ponies. So they shouldn't be too difficult, but who knows? Lock is multi-target, which is kind of nice. They've got more than 87, so I'm assuming these are going to be like ogre replacements. Okay, lock is nice. Lock is actually a pretty good spell. They might be dangerous, though, if they hit really hard. Then we'll find out if they're weak to fire or something, right? This might not be the best fight for us, but who knows. Okay, fire did not do very much damage. I think it's safe to say they're strong to fire. But magic missiles should be non-elemental. I guess in Dungeons & Dragons, golems are probably weak to all elements, or strong to all elements, I mean to say. Lightning would be especially bad if they were an iron golem. Looks like we had to trust Sir Garwin and his longsword to slay the golems. Good thing it was a longsword +1. Might not have been enough with a non-magical longsword. Alright, we got ourselves a cabin. A silver dagger, there we go. Don't worry, Grotham, we got you covered. Silver dagger +1. It's probably better. Now, I got a cabin out of it, so, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go to Provoka next, assuming we can sail that far. We haven't seen any ocean enemies yet. Run away, we don't have any sweepers at all. The best we can... Oh no, they got stun touch on the knights. Okay, we got away. Woo. Playing with fire here. And there's also some wizard mummies and V mummies. They're very mummy. So the ocean's a bit dangerous, it looks like. Let's stay off the ocean if we can. Hopefully we find some awesome magic and armor here. Alright, level 2 black magic. What do we got? Now, rot should be poison damage. I don't know if it'll be AoE or single yet. I think it's single target. Yeah, we're actually gonna give Dima all the elemental spells. Poison, ice, and lightning. Dark is just not good enough as a status element. So we're gonna skip dark. And Luke... Okay, I did look these up because it's very complicated. Any white magic spell that starts with an A is anti-something. This is anti-status. And if you were playing with the shuffled levels, it would be AST number, and the number is the slot you learn it in. So it could be AST7 or AST5. I don't know if that number actually makes any difference, because the point of this spell is to give your entire party status protection, which is something there usually is no spell for, but the ribbon would do. So that's probably pretty good. Cure 2 is always worth it, and then anti-status is probably a good spell. And seeing as pure is cheap and fear is bad, we will go with pure. And then for new weapons, we've got scimitars and very expensive but very nice cat claws. It's not 50-50 because you have the chance to win triple. You just bet your money away. It's gambling. Why would you ever know the actual stats? of a casino. Casinos never tell you the full odds, right? Alright, so Silver Dagger and Longsword +1. Actually, the Scimitar +3 is going to be better than the Silver Dagger, right? Data mining. It's cheap enough we can test this out. Because it's +3, it might be better. 1639. It's definitely a little better. I wonder if it... I mean, I don't think it's going to be... I'm just curious. 2841 is less. It's got more hit rate, but considerably less damage. So we're gonna leave Garwin with the longsword, and Grotham is gonna upgrade to a scimitar. All right. I love that we now have to compare random weapon stats that I've never had to look at in my entire life. It takes a bit more work, but one day I will have a much better understanding of how all the weapon stats line up in the plus-minus mods. A boring wooden shield, a slightly good silver bracelet, some weak, but it's still high-tier armor. It's just slightly weaker than normal. These are not bad. We can't equip them yet anyway, but that's just a little bit worse than a normal flame armor. We're going to spend the money on a silver bracelet. And for now, Grotham gets it. That puts him up to 17 absorb. Yeah, +1 is actually +2 absorb. It's 15 by default. So that's a nice silver armor, silver bracelet, better than usual. The flame armor is pretty expensive though. I'm not going to spend, I don't have 16,000. We don't have nearly enough money for that yet. Maybe one day. No special items. Houses are nice and cheap. We do have some armor to buy as we can get more money. There's a good fire shield back in Carnaria. I think it was fire shield. Let's save it before we fight the... Nah, they're not even really randomized. They can't be that... Yeah, looks like pirates are not even different. This is one of those battles that's difficult to change. There's something about this fight. I think it's one of those boss fights that's kind of stuck. Ooh, Rot did 70 damage. And between Garwin and Grotham, they should be wiping these guys up pretty quick. Let's try a heal spell. I don't think we've tested that one out yet. A level 1 heal slot. What do we get? 88 damage on Lightning 1. That's way better than vanilla. I'd say most of the spells are probably buffed compared to their vanilla versions. It's hard to know exactly how strong they will be because I haven't seen anywhere that writes down like the magic power of a spell at a given level. But it does sound like in general the spells are better but more spread out. There's more elements and stuff to work with. Oh, well, now I feel dumb for going to Matoya so early. Alright. Well, we can go back to Matoya, no big deal. Okay, yeah. We've got enough levels to go get level 3 magic, but not really enough money. We might want to buy some more silver bracelets. They seem to be pretty good, and I'd like to give everyone a little bit of armor, because the enemies, you know, we don't have a sweeper spell yet. Or we just save up our money and go get level 3 magic, which should have sweepers. So that might be a better plan, honestly. Very nice run, though. Okay, well that makes it nice to go to the Dwarf Cave. I guess we can go to the Dwarf Cave, turn that TNT in, check the 2 chests there, and then go to Elfland, because after Elfland we'll probably want to go deal with Astos, as we have the crown already. Did I check? I don't think I checked the 2 items up in Temple of... or the 3 items in Temple of Fiends, did I? We could go do that first. I don't have any save items. That's why I didn't do that. Or did I? No, I did get those. Never mind. I'm thinking of a previous seed. I'm pretty sure I checked the I'm pretty sure I checked the left side of Temple of Fiends, right? You guys? Someone remembers. No sweepers for those big groups. Yeah, thanks, Thor. I'm just thinking I probably did. Stun touch garlands. I mean knights. Big packs of them. This is a little bit scary with no inns or like tents or save items. But we've got pretty good encounter rates. Pretty generous. Ooh, that's a lucky find. So it's only a level 2 fire, but that's basically your mage staff right there. Lucas data binding, trying to figure out all the numbers for my minigame. Ooh, the floater, that's great. Now, we still need the canoe to get that into the air, but that'll be nice. That'll save us lots of time by getting that not too late on. Hopefully the canal isn't buried somewhere. Oh, if I had tents, I could go down and fight Astos right now, but I'm not going to risk that. Actually, imps? What kind of randomizer is this? These seem pretty strong for imps. If you were an imp, would you be weak to poison? Looks like that longsword is going to carry us for the early game. Werebulls. Okay. It should be weak to, like, fire or something, right? If it's undead, typically undead would be weak to fire. Maybe not. I guess were doesn't mean undead, but I don't mean undead specifically, but the transformation enemies used to be weak to fire. Use the fire staff? Well, yeah. That might be a good idea. Just testing out my own spells. I know fire 2 will be good. This is a good opportunity, though. I'm just, you know, they're in the water, so does that mean they're weak to lightning? Seems like fire 2 is pretty standard against mummy-type enemies. These are very mummy, though, so I don't really know what they are. These are some weird-looking bulls, too. Well, at this point, I have no real way to know what elements are going to work, so we're just testing stuff out against random enemies just to get a feel for it. Fire 2 is not particularly good on bulls, for some reason. In vanilla, they're not really weak to anything. But we've made it to Elfland, which means we should get some more magic. There's the Fire 2 spell, and the Ice 2, and the Magic Missile 2. Good. That gives us a nice, a nice round of sweepers, and Magic Missile might do more damage to a single target than a sweeper would, because it's single target, and that's something that the vanilla game didn't really have, is high-level single target damage spells. Let's see here. So Vox, this one I know, not very good. This one cures the whole party of silence. It may also cure the whole party of some other statuses, but not so much at low levels. So it'll be mainly curing silence, and then possibly curing stun, darkness maybe, sleep, stuff like that. Just some of the milder status spells. Guard, I believe, is a self-absorb buff, like Fog, except only for the caster, I think. So not a great level 3 set. Dia is good against undead, so we'll pick that up, see if it's better than the original Dia. Ruse is self-evasion, Guard is self-defense, Vox, I guess, we'll pick up. And then I think Ruse is usually a good idea, but I'm going to try Guard just to see how it works. Also, hey there, Scarbamere. So that was pretty much full set of black magic. Nice. Now we can spend the rest of our money on weapons or armor. What do we got? A very nice silver hammer. Ooh, I think the fighter could use that. Were sword would be pretty good for our thief. That's a lot of money. It's hard to say if an ice sword -1 would beat a were sword +4. I'd have to look at the actual original numbers, but this is -2 damage, this is +8 damage, and plus some number of evasion, minus some number of evasion. But that's by far the best weapon the white mage can get. Ever. Until they promote. Well, not counting Massa. Poor Protect Cape. Poor Iron Shield. Poor... Very bad Silver Gauntlets. We're not getting a lot of good armor early on, that's for sure. Okay. What did I have? Silver Shield -2. I bet you Iron Shield Silver -3 is probably better than Iron -2. There's our purchasable item. Oh, I did get the TNT, right? And turn that in. That gave me the slab. Gotta keep that tracker up to date. Oh, but we got tents here. That's way more important. So I'm not gonna buy any weapons and armor just yet, because I want to be able to buy some heal potions and stuff here. It's very nice to have some stock. And let's have a quick look at the level 4 magic. We can't really buy any yet, but we've got Lightning 2 in the Ice 2 kind of position. Lock 2, Temper, and Slow. Okay, pretty vanilla looking spells. Just element change ups and just little tweaks here and there so far. Ooh, level 4 life. That is some nice stuff there. Yes, thank you. That's great. This will be anti-poison. So we've got anti-status. This is anti-poison. So something like the Aegis Shield or the Ribbon would have given us that automatically. But this will get us a spell. And then soft, of course, is going to be Curing Stone. And mute is just mute, but mutier. I'm assuming it's just more effective. Higher chance to take effect. Not enough money. Oh, and I have the floater. Don't forget you've got the floater, Blue. That's pretty important. Alright, well, let's get a little bit of money, save it up, and then we will see if we can kill Astos. There's Elves in Elfland! This is the best mod ever. What does Guard do? Probably single target. Let's try Magic Missile 2. Oh, Stone Touch Elves. That's pretty brutal. Magic Missile 2 did some good damage, though. Well, sorry about your lot in life there, Grotham. It looks like the elves around here are pretty brutal. Was there soft potions for sale here? Amora's doing some math for me. Ice 1 versus Wear +4. Looks pretty close. Oh no. Do I have to buy the level 4 soft spell or go all the way back to Provoca? I wasn't gonna buy it, but yeah, I mean, I'm probably not gonna use mute. Anti-poison seems useful. Soft, well, usually it's not worth it. And we'll need to go to the inn anyway to do that. But, you know, now we can cleanse some statuses. That's useful. Like a real D&D party. We're learning all of our restoration spells. An Ice Tiger, maybe? If he's an Ice Tiger, he should be weak to fire, right? Let's see what we get here. 68 does not seem like he was weak to fire. Yeah, Demas, some of the commands change a little bit. If people are abusing them or whatever, we have to change them up a little bit. There's some bots. It feels like I'm on YouTube again. Alright, no Lightning 2 yet. Maybe I should go buy that spell, because they would be... Theoretically, they could all be weak to Lightning 2. I mean, I'm trying to go fight Astos, but I keep getting these big groups. Looks like fire will work. And because we've got very generous multipliers on, we don't really need to do a lot of grinding per se. If you want to play a longer game, you could certainly You could certainly make this take longer, basically, by not getting so much XP and gold. What did guards say? I couldn't even read that. What the heck was that? It just flashes super fast. Yeah, I think it said something with S, but I didn't really get a chance to... I don't even know what it does. Maybe... No saxophone. Okay, this is a good song. You won! Okay. Let's try this again. Oh, Dima, you gotta be careful! Gambling Ankylos. Astos is already dead. Dia! Maybe magic missile. 5 damage. Oh, he's full of armor. He's actually not undead. Oh no, he's got stone spell, cryo. Maybe we should have gone anti-status or anti-poison. I think it's poison and stone are connected, so that probably would have worked. Or I have no idea. Cryo probably turns you to stone, but ice. Spells are weird these days, guys. I'm surprised Dia didn't work. I still have no idea what this does. Okay, well he's dead anyway, no big deal. Sorry, Grotham's having a rough time here. I can fix it from the menu. Okay, you're good, you're back. Okay, so we got the herb. It's an easy turn in. Did we turn into crystal already? Yeah. A Z troll. We fought one of these already. It's a Dragon Ball Z troll, though. Trolls are usually weak to fire or something, but I don't know about Z trolls. I was gonna buy something. Anti-poison. Maybe I should just buy more silver rings at this point. Save up your money, go back to Provoke it, get some silver bracelets. Probably would be useful. But with all those status spells taking us out, well, we're definitely going to want Temper for the end of the game. Lightning 2, Temper, maybe Lock 2. If the bosses are very difficult. Some beetle larva. Flower, I have no idea. I would not accept. It sounds like trouble to me, Grotham. Okay, I tried to listen to that song. It was too much. It's too much. Oh no! I forgot. I shuffled those. So we'll have to actually find the doctor. It could be. We do have the okay, leave me alone, tigers. We did get the canal already, so we can just go to Melmond and find out if maybe the elven doctor's there. Yeah, I can't say I would want more of those. Some bugs. Alright, Melmond is dangerous. Be careful. Alright, so it looks like we're not turning that herb in for a while, but if we get a tail, we can get promoted much easier today. Hey look, some armor. Some slightly powered up gloves. These will be +3 absorb instead of +1, so sure. Look at that. Would be nice to have some better armor, though. I agree. Bad sword, bad sword, bad sword, fancy staff. Sure. You know what? Have a... Oh. Black wizards can't use big sticks. Really? Nobody can use it? I guess it's just for the black belt or something? See, I never tried those kinds of spells. Why would I ever buy those kind of weapons? Who buys iron sticks? So we've got a upgraded Dia, upgraded Invisible, upgraded Cure, upgraded Heal. Not bad. Still no good attack magic for our white mage. There are some new spells that do white magic damage, we just haven't seen them yet. Level 5 fast, Bane, Avox. Should be maybe anti-silence, I guess, anti-mute. And then, of course, Stop is Time Element. It's generally pretty good, but that's lower level than it could be. Luke steals the jackpot and gets a free evolution. Alright. I think the gamble minigames were looking pretty good so far. I might have to raise the number of rolls, though, to make... Because right now, 1 in 100 jackpot might be too easy. Like... I just got a feeling that might be a little bit too easy. So where do we go? I guess we just sail down to the sages, right? Look for the free canal. That gets us into the sky and everything gets a lot easier. We're going to be a little bit under-leveled and under-geared, but I don't really want to go grind... You know, I don't want to have to grind for stuff if I don't want, if I don't have to. X golems. Okay, I don't know. I know X is going to give it to you, but I don't know if they're going to be weak enough for us to kill them. I'm just going to try some elements on them. Lightning 2 does not seem effective. Fire does not seem effective. I don't think Dia will work, but we'll try, and I'll throw some ice on there to try all 3 main elements. No dice. Man, this is a nice tune. So we're gonna get some heal 2 eventually. Pretty high level heal 2. It should be pretty good at level 5. And I guess magic missile, because it's non-elemental, should work. There you go. A bit more damage. Okay, these guys are pretty tough. They're up there. Maybe they're weak to poison. I don't know. No. They seem to be strong to everything. Maybe you could status affect them with something. I just didn't buy the right status spells. Okay. Beatable, but definitely strong, and we get some good rewards for it. But I used like every spell slot I had. No thanks. I might need that long run. This is one of my favorite grinding areas in the vanilla Final Fantasy 1 game. We must have... Did we find the special item already? Yeah, it was like a $20,000 something. Chime or something? I forget. Some good iron armor. That's what we need for Garwin. There you go. This is going to be way better. 45 absorb. Booyah. Garwin's rolling now. The weapons are not impressive, I gotta say. We do have enough money we could buy like a flame shield +5 by this point. It's not going to be... We should probably just go... Before we go any dungeons, if we're worried, we should go pick up silver bracelets for everybody. And then give Garwin a better shield or whatever we can find back in the original couple towns. We are going to get level 5 slots soon, but they're pretty expensive. Level 6 Muddle, Anti-Magic, Anti-Magic 2. That's kind of silly. I'm not sure, but it's a bit silly. I believe it works... I don't even know. I think it's like... It's like Wall. But it might hit multiple targets. But you don't... I think, from what I read, you won't know what elements or statuses it resists. It resists some. And the higher the level or higher the slot, the more closer to Wall it is. But I don't know. At level 6, maybe not enough. But of course, Cure 4 is good. Muddle seems okay as a status. Because it does more, a little bit more than Confuse. Nuke! Meteo! Okay, here's where the cool stuff is. Necromagic, that's like Death Element. Nuke for non-elemental. Meteor for maybe single target non-element. Oh yeah. Uno, dos, tres, four. Do you see the bumblebee? I forget the name of it, but there's a bumblebee that's colored blue rather than yellow. That's the cool one. Figure out the Latin name for that one. Alright, cube doesn't help us right now. So we can go volcano, we can go to ice. Not much else. No ruby, no canoe. Actually, no canoe. Oh, never mind. No volcano, no ice. We can go to marsh. And the first 2 floors of Earth. Gross. So I'm gonna go back to Provoca, buy some silver rings, and maybe, there you go. Thanks, Luke. Looking up the awesome bumblebees. We're gonna go buy some better armor, and then we'll head down to Marsh, I guess. Marsh and Earth are both terrible options, so. Incentive in Earth behind the vampire, right? But so is Marsh. I think I'm pretty sure I did Marsh chest and I'm pretty sure I did Marsh and Earth. The enemies in Marsh should be a little bit easier. I'm just, you know, because of the way the Randomizer works, I want to see all the enemies before we're so strong we just nuke them all down, just to get a bit of a feel for them, right? It's kind of weird the new Randomizer stuff. And if we did the dungeons in reverse order, the earlier ones wouldn't really work. So we're not really worried about like beating this run in a super low number of turns. Yeah, the blue bee is really awesome. It's the best bee, I'm sure. The blue carpenter bee. Definitely most superior. You know, we never killed any of these knights. They seem to hit pretty hard. I wish I had like a nice invis or fog spell for the whole group, but... I'm gonna try that weird guard spell one more time. And we need money, so big groups are good for money. Oh, they've got stun touch. Armor up. I finally got to read it in time there. So yeah, guard is the ruse of armor. Doesn't really surprise me, I just, you know. Not amazing for a white mage, is all I'm trying to say. We're starting to get level 5 slots. But I'm gonna save my money for some armor right now. You want fat bumblebees? Like the big boys that live in the ground, the little nest on the fields, right? Not up in a tree. We have some of those around here for sure. What a nice run with no encounters. I might try to kill that guy. So I'm pretty sure this is where the opal, or not opal, the silver bracelets were, right? There we go. This will add a lot of survivability to our mages. Going from like 3 absorb, which is basically nothing, all the way up to 20. Much better against early enemies. And just to double check, actually houses are cheap. We should definitely buy a few houses to save outside dungeons. Oh, it's all good, Grotham. We like insects. I just wouldn't want any beetles in my house. Alright. There should be a fancy shield in Corneria. I just wanted to get the opal bracelets for the mage, or the silver bracelets for the mages first. Money. Get money. Run from battles later. Yeah, you generally don't want beetles in your house, right? The way I understand it. See how this Dia spell works on them? I know the Fire 2 staff is good and all, but this is better than the Fire 2 staff. Oh boy! Remember back when Dia didn't do anything except like 50, 20, 40, 30, 40 damage, right? Dia at level 3 hits real hard against undead. That's awesome. That's way more powerful than vanilla. That's probably closer to Dia 4 than Dia 1 or 2. Okay, that's a good flame shield. And we can hand-me-down it to the ninja later on. If we need to. So that puts Garwin from 40, boom, all the way up to 57. That's a nice big boost. Good. That's definitely mid-game armor, no doubt about it. Very near to end-game armor. Okay, but no one else has great armor right now, so he's got to be up front. There was some upgrades, some other upgrades. We'll check Elfland on our way by. Did we ever decide which sword I should go with? Flame Sword +1 is probably about as good as we're going to get right now. That should be an upgrade. I'm going to go with it. 38.59 should go up a fair bit. Yeah. That gets us an extra swing right now and a bit more damage. The giant sword might be comparable, but I don't know. We could buy it and find out. Waste our money. Alright, we'll check the elf shops one more time for some weapons and armor, and then we will head over to Marsh. I am a fan of ladybugs. We had quite a few ladybug babies, little larvas and babies around my house earlier in the spring, but they show up every spring around our apartment. I'm just gonna buy that wear sword, +4. Give that to our thief. That's probably the best the thief is ever gonna get. Cause, isn't it, if he can, actually, can he equip it? There's Rune, Wear, Coral, Drag. I don't think the thief can equip the Wear one. The thief can equip the Rune Sword, the Coral Sword, and maybe the Dragon Sword. Those are his 3 top swords. Wear Sword is very similar in stats, but not the one he can equip. Yeah. I don't know why. They're all about the same, but he doesn't get that one. Had to go through the process. If I had a lot of money, I could buy a Pro Cap. Don't need it. I mean, it's nice, but -2 means probably only 6 absorb. There's that slab. So don't forget, slab. Dr. Oon. Conveniently, Dr. Oon is in the elf castle. So once we get the airship, just come back here, buy this, get it translated, go to Lefane. On the plus side, we can get some more tents and some heal potions for our dungeon dives. And we should have a couple houses to spare. Should be a good run. Come on. A little bit of controller input error there. Alright, let's see if we get on our way to Marsh. Some very mummy. Oh yeah, I wanted to test out the bots with lightning too. Should do lots of damage. 3 hits, 170 on Sir Garwin's, looking nice. Oh well, the Fire 2 +3 staff, pretty strong. Even with relatively vanilla item magic, the Spellcrafter has made some of the spells stronger, so Mage Staff is probably a little bit better than it used to be. Stun Touch. Well, that's where... Well, maybe not so much on the... It's the on-hit effect. Unfortunately, like, this is too bad. We have access to anti-status at a low level. But it shouldn't... It probably won't really affect on-hit attacks. This is more spells that cause status, unfortunately. Okay, I think we've got the right music for this dungeon. Giant Sword was 1 less damage, 6 more hit percent. But do you know for sure about the crit rate? Because that's theoretically using the original crit stats, right? Most of the guides out there show the original. I don't even know where the corrected crit stats are. Maybe on the original manual. But most NES guides show you the glitched crit stats. Although there's probably somewhere out there if you got it. You got the correct ones. Okay, that's cool. Ooh, an Earth Dragon in the Marsh Cave. Well, that's definitely appropriate. I have to kill it. Let's try anti-status. Who knows what this guy's gonna do. And magic missile. Alright, well, so far he seems chill. So we were mostly immune to status magic. Oh, well, he's easy. Here I was thinking Earth Dragon was gonna be difficult. 1 magic missile level 2 got him. Well, let's just smack him up then. Come on, Marsh, give us something cool. I know it's against your nature. Well, it's not the best ribbon you've ever seen, but it is a ribbon, and we're going to give that to Luke, who now has full status protection, albeit it weighs a lot more than usual. Ribbons only have one absorb and one weight by default, so all this is really doing is keeping it at one absorb, but making it heavier. So probably -4 evasion for still status immunity, still a good deal. You would need a really nerfed ribbon to not actually equip it. I don't believe it does, Thornum. The plus minus should only affect the stats of the weapon or armor, like the the menu stats. Just absorb, evade, hit percent, and damage, as far as I know. Well, this marsh is actually not as bad as a vanilla marsh. You know, maybe I was worried for nothing. I was thinking vanilla marsh has all those dumb undead that has stun touch and stuff. So far, this marsh cave doesn't even have any undead. Just some bots. These guys, I don't know what they're supposed to be. They might be the replacement for the red bones or something. Kind of like the scorpions, but no poison touch and they don't hit as hard. Could be the shadows, maybe. Shadows didn't really do very much. Another earth dragon. These guys definitely didn't do anything yet, anyway. Now, Garwin has a ton of absorb, but... Ah! Ooh, eyeballs. Okay. They've got the Vox spell. Interesting. So if you mute one of them... Not like it matters, but if you mute one, the other one will cleanse the other one. That does probably mean they've got spells after that, though. Once you see a spell, there's a pretty high likelihood that they've got a longer spell list. And there's probably some dangerous things behind it. Yeah, Amora's got the correct stats on the plus minus thing. It's the same for weapons, but +2 strength. I forget what the hit rate tweak is. I'm not sure how I feel about white ankylos in the bottom of marsh. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to kill them though. Good. Okay. This is crazy. White ankylos. White anks. Oh, it adds crit rate as well? That's neat. I didn't know that one. The plus modifier, or the minus modifier. I didn't read through it very closely. I just looked at it very, very briefly and went, neat. Should try it. Electric asps? Should I cast anti-lightning, which I don't have? I could have bought it, but I didn't, I think. Or, I don't know, did I see that one? Maybe we just try to kill them quick. So this was a trap tile, which usually would be wizards. If they're lightning, I'm assuming lightning's not very good. So let's try, like, ice. No, I didn't know you'd... It's kind of a beta feature, so it's not very well documented. So, you know, I'll take your word for it, but... Most people don't really know how the innermost workings of the little beta flags actually work. So we got ourselves an incentivized Thor hammer. Did we get the incentivized ribbon? Was that what we got? Where did we get the ribbon? No, it was not incentivized, right? Alright. Good news, though, is another another weapon that we can use for magic for free. Pretty nice. Not the best marsh cave, but there's still a couple loose items to check. There's still a loose item to check. So many onks. Well, we've got Thor's hammer and the mage staff. Yeah, the room was on the top floor, right? Good call. I mean, it could have been. That's the trouble. It could have been a loose item, which means it would be one of the loose incentivized ribbon. I don't think there's actually a way to know. If you've got loose items that are not in incentivized locations and incentivized items, they can... The ribbon's one of those ones with 3 copies that you don't really know. Unless we find an incentivized ribbon somewhere else. Now I'm trying to dig deep on my my Final Fantasy I Rando knowledge. So Marsh was definitely optional. The Thor's hammer is still very helpful, and you know the ribbon's amazing. So it was a good idea to come here anyway. It just didn't pan out in terms of progression. And we get to see a bunch of new enemies. That's always part of the fun. And honestly, with the Randomizer on, Marsh is not that bad compared to Vanilla Marsh. This is easier. I would say this is quite a lot easier than Vanilla Marsh. We need to add rolls because the jackpot fell again. Oh, well. If you keep rolling 100 out of 100... I didn't even see it happen. Hold on. Let me just check what happened in chat there. Tim gambled 666. Got the correct points. Dima... How far back was that? Going way back to find Dima's roll. I don't even know where it was. Tim keeps gambling 666. Okay, I don't know how far back it is. I can't go back forever. Roll before Tim. Okay. BlueAnkylo. Okay, there we go. So Dima gambled 1,000, rolled 100, and won the jackpot of 600. Did you do points after that? Because it should have just added 600 on top of the win. I would be surprised if it gave you the jackpot, but not your points, the bet back. But yeah, you're not supposed to win the jackpot 2 times in a row. I think that's probably it. It's like no one would ever think that you'd win the jackpot so quickly. I'll have a look at it later on. Some rangers out here. That's a new enemy. So next up, pretty much all we've got left is the vampire, really. Earth Cave vampire. Okay, there's the undead with stun touch. Weak to fire, at least. Unless I've missed something, though. There's not a whole lot of locations open right now. Alright, so... I don't need that. Is there anything worth buying for 29,000 right now? We've got quite a lot of money. We'll buy some level 5 spells. Oh, here you go. in case you ever want to stop using magic, you can just hit things with your very good silver hammer. Was I looking... I was looking for like a dragon sword. I should go buy that dragon sword for Tim. Not Tim. Whatever his name is. Pro Cape -2s are still going to be worth it. At some point, the armor is pretty expensive. But that's still +5 defense, I think. No status protection, but... Silver hammer sounds expensive. Should play some Dwarf Fortress. Silver hammers are awesome. If there's a dragon sword back in Corneria, I'll go buy that for Grotham, sorry. You added a suggestion for the gamble. Alright, Grotham. It's a beta feature. We're doing beta flags for the randomizer here. I just set up a new gambling script. It's hard to know how good it'll be. I am definitely liking the boosted damage of the elemental spells in this spellcrafter. Magic was probably a little bit underpowered in the vanilla game compared to weapons that do so much damage. Can thieves equip giant swords? Probably not. They might be able to. I don't know that one. Amora knows. Ninjas can. Yeah, well, ninjas can wear better than that. Let's buy a few softs just in case our healer... Our healer shouldn't get turned to stone, given the ribbon, but you never know. Alright, oops. No speeding. No speeding allowed. Someone will call the police. Blue's going too fast. This is the point where it's nice to go a little bit super speed, but I'm trying to play fair. Just take my time. I want to check Provoca's weapon shops again, because I'd like to show off more weapons than just use magic to win everything. And I'm pretty sure there was a sword somewhere for a thief. It was not in Provoca. Well, sorry, Grotham. Thieves are just very finicky with their weapons. It's a speed run. You gotta go fast. Gotta go fast! You can almost afford the flame armor right now. Iron +3 versus flame -1. Iron is pretty good. That might be... That's similar. The main advantage is, of course, the elemental protection. So if I didn't have a flame shield, getting the flame armor would give us the ice protection. But we already have it, so it just costs a lot of money and doesn't really give us a whole lot of extra absorb. It's probably a bit better. Maybe Amora knows the exact numbers if you're looking at the spreadsheets, but we're going to leave that for now. Melmond, one last shop. Was it flame -1? I think that's what it was, yeah. One more shop in Melmond, and then we'll move to Marsh. Or to Earth. There's nowhere else to go. We're at a dead end here. I guess we can get to Onrak. We don't have any Oxyale, though. Ice -3. Steel +5. Ooh, that would be an upgrade. That's a lot of money, but that's... I believe steel armor is the same armor as flame and ice, just without the status protection. And the main disadvantage of steel is the weight. So +5 is... You know what? We're going to do that. We know that the ice armor is -3, and we know the flame armor is like -1. So, for now, 71 absorb. That's pretty good. I was going to buy magic, and then I went and bought super expensive armor. Oh, there's that dragon sword. 2 of the thief weapons. Neither is very good. Is coral -1 better than scimitar +3? Probably not enough to bother. And then is there any white magic or black magic we really need to buy? These are all good. Like, Dia level 1 did a ton of damage to undead. Cure 3 should be a very large heal, and heal 2 is a pretty good group heal. Uh-oh. The Boger. The Booger is right there. Coral would be better than the +3 scimitar? Alright, I'll take your word for it. I imagine it's a pretty minor difference, though, all things considered. Not great black magic. It'd be nice to have something. Assuming stop is multi-target, we're gonna give that a try. It's relatively cheap. Hopefully it's multi-target. And then it'd be nice to have something for Luke. We'll just pick up heal for now. Group heals are good. I think we're gonna have to skip Dia, but Dia 2 is probably pretty strong. Because we saw Dia 1 do like 200 damage, so Dia 2 at level 5 could probably hit for like 300 or 400 damage to undead. Do I have enough? Did I have enough money for that coral sword? The coral sword was always just the backup. If I had enough money, we'll kill this P-dog. 5 more damage, 1 less hit. Alright, well, thieves get lots of hit rate these days, so. Let's test out the math. Here you go, Grotham. 25. See, his damage is pretty low. He does need the damage up. 25. 84. That's not enough. Scimitar +3, coral -1. 2584 versus 26. That's very, very similar. Probably not worth the time. I thought they'd be close. Blue's gut said those weapons are going to be very similar. His gut was right, even if I couldn't do all the math. But it's all good. Okay, the wizard mummies are looking a little bit stronger here. Or at least not weak to fire. The crit rate's better? Well, that helps. Especially with the thieves typically getting a lot of hits. The team is just gambling like crazy tonight. The big 1,000 gambles. I'm kind of glad I allowed those. Oh no, stop is single target? Oh, that's not as good as I was hoping. Didn't even work. What a ripoff. What a ripoff, man. Alright. Well, we're almost in. Let's check that Dia spell again. If we had Dia 2, imagine how much damage it would do. Against these undead. Alright. Let's clear first floor. We could just run straight to the vampire, but let's get some chests. We got these we got the mage staff and the Thor's hammer. Makes the random battles a bit safer. Plus, we're looking pretty strong. Like, we are level 17 already. That's pretty high for Earth. Okay, that's enough money. We're taking that. With buying all the magic, you know. It would be really nice if we found a tail in a loose chest. Because we could go, we could definitely go upgrade to that right now. Wait a second. Well, I'm thinking... kind of remember maybe... yeah. The mage staff can be equipped by mages. Surprise, surprise. Let's check a trap tile. A Z-Mant. Ooh, the Z-Mant hits hard. Okay. Also, Cure 1 is curing more than it used to cure. Because Cure 1 used to be, I think, 20 to 30. Or something like that. Maybe 15 to 30. Anyways, it's healing like 50 now. Some Rangers. Where's Fella? Fella likes Rangers. At least they can't get through our steel armor. Sir Garvin really is the knight we need. The big old armor. Oh, strong to fire. Interesting. I wonder if there's supposed to be a way you can tell. Well, maybe we should go turn that in before we do the rest of Earth. Loose ruby. That's one of 3 loose items, I believe. This Lamia is stronger than I was expecting. Kind of thought it'd be like, you know, just a Medusa. Oh no! The bee ogres. They're bad. Bad ogre mans. Don't worry. We've got the magic for that. Tim gets the best rolls. You keep betting an evil number of points. What do you think would happen? The BlueAnkylo bot is not putting up with your shenanigans. Alright, so seeing as we've cleared the first floor of Earth, and second floor could be dangerous, let's go do the Ruby turn-in. I believe Titans is incentivized, as well as Sarda, of course. That Silver Hammer plus 5 is pretty good. It's possible the jackpot command only works for, like, either me or the moderators, so if it doesn't show up for you guys, don't worry too much. The jackpot might be a secret. Should probably put a save down before we do this. It worked before, maybe it's just on cooldown. Or you guys killed the bot. Too many 666 bets. Bots blocked you all out. Sea Manticore inside of a Earth cave. Interesting. Not a lot of, like, useful spells on the White Mage right now, unless we know. It could share a cooldown with gambling, that's probably fair. Try that magic missile again. Don't need it. I wonder if it's called a sea manticore. That means they're weak to lightning, like most sea monsters. Ice 2 shirt plus 5. Okay, that's getting to be pretty good. As far as castable gear is concerned. So what we'll do... Well, Dima has a castable item, so he's not going to attack with his fire stick very often. Now, Grotham can just, you know, Thief can use the magic item. That's better. That's 3 people with item magic, you know? We can go Fire 3, or Fire 2, Lightning 2, Ice 2. That was always the vanilla strats anyway if you had a Thief. Give him an item magic. It was better than his dumb swords. And that does give us all the level 2 elemental spells on easy free casts. That's pretty lucky that we got all those so early. I guess that was the black shirt, so not a... It was on my incentive list, it's just not on my tracker. 34 armor? Awesome. I don't think my tracker even has the Titan Trove incentive item yet. Oh, but that's what we needed. We are out of here. We already had the floater, so with the advantage of the canoe, we can go wherever we want. Glad I didn't clear Earth. Let's go get into the sky, guys. We're already an hour 20 in, right? You watch. The vampire will have, like... What if the vampire had the tail? And we already know we could go get promoted right now. Make our ninja way better. Our thief way better. A kill ghost. Oops. Well, the kill ghosts are not very good at killing. I have no idea how the enemizer names work. That's another one we have to look into to do some research. What do the do the names are they supposed to give you an idea of what the enemies are weak against? Or what kind of attacks they'll have? Or are they just for fun? The sharks seem to still be weak to lightning, even though they're now land sharks inside of a cave. Maybe they're tremors. A dungeon shark, yeah. Just popped out of the floor, middle of a cave. Kill ghosts, weak against being killed. I can believe it. Sharks appear to be weak to lightning as always, so at least that makes sense. Alright, we've got a fair amount of money after all of our dungeoning. So we should not spend it, because we're going to go get some new weapon shops. We can get to Gaia now. Hello there, I'll say. Oh, come on. Stop getting poisoned, Grotham. I don't know if I want to fight the Zed Imps or the K-Wolves. Kill Wolves. There's got to be a shorthand for what kind of status they are. Like, I assume E for electric or F for fire, but, you know, there's got to be a way of figuring out what kind of stats they're going to have in advance. Okay, so we got pretty good money. We'll be able to turn the herb in now, because that's at Bahamut. And now that we have the canoe, we can go we can go pick up our airship, and then we can get anywhere we want. The whole game is open. We'll need chime, loot, key, Oxyale, chime, loot, key, Oxyale for go mode. So it's still got lots to go. Lots of incentivized locations, so it's just gonna be a matter of getting there. Finding all the good stuff. But this will sure make getting around faster. While we're here, was there anything in... We only came here once. I forget if there's anything worth buying. We do need to buy that slab. Now we can buy the slab if we want to go to Lefane. No good armor. We're probably not going to buy many weapons at this point. We're definitely not selling the ice armor. Yeah, we're probably just going to have to find our weapons, but we still check the shops for new stuff. And we can cast level 6 magic. Some of it, anyway. Anti-magic 2 sounds useful. Can you get the top slots? There you go. Trying to remember what slots everyone can learn is difficult. Actually, it's not the same as vanilla. One of the things that the spellcrafter does is it changes what spells mages and fighters and thieves can use. It's not the same slots as you're familiar with. Well, nuke sounds good. Medio sounds amazing. And necro? Why not? So I just spent all of our money on magic, but you know how it goes. I'm pretty excited. I need 20,000 to go, Don't worry, the Cardia Isles will get us rich. We gotta buy that, we gotta buy that slab at some point. Level 8 magic. Cryo is an ice element that turns things to stone. So that's weird, and Saber is Saber. Fog is Fog, and Exit is Exit. It's a very high level exit there, sadly. We've got some pretty much garbage weapons and armor. I guess a silver helm -1 is probably better than a wood helm +4. My gut says it's better. 71.48. We'll spend a little bit of money here. $71.48. Nope. Wooden helmet wins again. Well, sorry, we downgraded your helmet. Should have stuck with wood. It's difficult. I don't know the stats on all the helmets in vanilla. But +3 or +4 on wood seems surprisingly good. Alright. We got some high-level kill and fast. This is probably a fast spell that hits the entire group. And kill is probably, I believe it's like quad X, except non-elemental, and not even status. So rub is like death elemental kill, kill is non-elemental kill. So that's some scary stuff. Holy, life 2. Very vanilla, just wrong spots. Yeah, helmets are pretty weak in the beginning, that's true, good point. Getting a low tier but high plus rank, like +4, +5 on a low one, like copper or iron, is probably the best way to go. I don't actually have the bottle yet, do I? Or mine? All the way back. Usually I have the... Drunk Ankylo. What are you doing? We gotta go open some chests because I need some loot. I need some money. I need some stuff. We got the herb anyway, so... We'll get a key item from the Bahamut location. The anti-magic shirt. That's gonna be the white shirt. Iron gloves. Yeah, that'll beat normal gloves. Because they're +3. There you go. Back up to over 70. And... we already got the anti-magic shirt, right. So that's interesting. That'll be the white shirt +4. That'll be a very good armor for Luke once we get promoted. Just killed another dragon. So that was probably a loose incentive chest. I'm pretty sure I had the white shirt on the list. That's... should be 2 loose incentive items. Uh-oh. Squids! These squids are dangerous. They really are. Let's see if we can muddle one of them. That's not a very good spell. I want to nuke them, though. That's a really bad nuke. Not impressed? So muddle seems dumb. Why did I waste all my money on that? Come on, Meteo. I didn't even see the number, but he's dead. Good enough. Using a guillotine on the dragon should cause a boss fight. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. 32 armor from the white +4. So that's better than the opal bracelet, or at least similar. If we even find it. Ice sword -1. Well, you know, if we promote the ninja, that'll be better than nothing. We just gotta find better spells for you, Luke. It's not your fault the muddle's bad. A sea elf? Kill him! Maybe they're weak to lightning, I don't know. Let's try that Meteo again. Not weak to lightning. Pretty evasive. Definitely elfy. 64-48. Not weak to Meteo either. Alright. Let's try some more muddling. And let's try Necro. Let's not try Necro. For the first time, the Flame Sword beats the Ice Sword. Well, that's one of the... That's definitely one of the perks of the weapon modifier randomizer. Oh, good. Just keep rolling those bad rolls, Thornum. One of these days, you'll get down to chat's level. You won't be up in the 100,000s at this rate. It's great. Alright, this room was pretty garbage. Oh, sweet gambling ankylos. You guys are giving me all the points back. That's awesome. Ice dragons. Well, maybe we can muddle an ice dragon. Maybe we can nuke an ice dragon. You just filling the jackpot up. Okay, this is the worst nuke I've ever had. What a piece of crap. Okay, that muddle did 3 status effects. That was pretty cool. Good job, Luke. So Necro, I'm assuming, is doing death elemental damage, which is pretty neat. Darkness, sleep, confuse. Yeah, I believe it depends on the level of the slot. So the higher the slot level, the more status effects those status spells do. They'll hit more targets, cause more status effects, stuff like that as they get higher. So that was the herb. We got to go back to Elfland to see the king. And if I've got some money, which I do, we can get double turn-ins here, basically. Totally did this on purpose. With 2 incentive items, there's decent chance of getting a tail here. Okay, this is the 12-minute long ending song. We don't need that. Too long. Alright, we woke the king up magically from long range. He gave us a ruse sword. And now we know Lifinish. Lefanish? I don't know. So the ruse sword can't equip till promoted, but it's +3, which is good. So that will be our best sword for a while. Once we get promoted. At this point, I guess we should go to the inn first. We've got Waterfall, Castle of Ordeals, Lefane's turn in. I think we'll go Lefane first because it's kind of a free turn in, and then probably Ordeals and Waterfall on our way over. Although we could do Ordeals right now, but this is a little bit easier, quicker. And I would love to get promoted before I do any more dungeons, so we can start getting some spell slots on our fighters. And also, you know, catch Grotham up a little bit. What? There's a senior mech on the world? Oh no. We're all gonna die. That could be real bad. Let's throw that anti-magic spell up. I don't know how bad this guy's gonna be. He's probably not as bad as a real war mech. Let's see if we can stop him. 79 damage, okay. That's a good thing I cured poor Grotham. Oh, alright, well, see you later, Grotham. I'll try to keep you from dying here. Now I need that Cure 3 spell, which we don't have. Stop was not successful. I mean, I'm treating this like a real boss fight. 3 hits, 100 damage, not bad. Oof. I guess we're gonna get more damage with item magic there. Because war mechs are not weak to anything. And Nuke has been terrible. Oh, we got him. Easy! Not nearly the rewards I was hoping for, but... Alright, not too bad. He hit hard, but that was a fun little surprise. Some more Sea Elves. You know the drill with Sea Elves. Burn them down. Strong to fire. Oh, Blizzard Sea Elves. Well. Okay. Okay. That's... They've already... Oh, come on. They got just multiple blizzards? Alright, well, good thing I saved it after the War Mech, right? Ah, okay. Welcome to Lefane. It's nice and peaceful here. We can actually rest up, which is something we couldn't have done before. Sea Elves. Not great. Not very nice. Alright, we have access to another dungeon. And there should be an incentivized location at the top of the Sea Shrine, which means we could do that after the waterfall for convenient routing. White Magic, level 8. Invis 3. Well, that's a lot of Invis. And Fire 3. Well, this will do a ton of damage. I guarantee that is not in typical Fire 3. So we're going to have to come to this village again. Sorry, Thornum. Invis 3 and Fire 3 will both be very powerful late game spells. Well, now is when we would like Invis 3. We don't really have a lot of minor buffer spells. No fast. Interesting. Good turn order, at least for Temper. Right, and then it was better to just do this. The HP on the S mech is not that high, so yeah, should probably just DPS it down with things like lightning. It's possible it has the standard mech weakness to lightning that the war mech doesn't, but traditionally most robotic enemies do, just not war mech. Wow. This place is pretty dangerous. Unrunnable, very hard-hitting Hydras and Okos. Sorry, Dima, you got killed. At least they're weak to lightning, and we have the Thor's Hammer. Yeah, this is like endgame kind of random overworld encounters. So, yeah, good to know, good to know. Even though we're pretty strong, these guys are stronger. And that was hitting us through at, 27 absorb is not nothing. Like, I guess if you had the standard gold bracelet pro ring, you'd have a little bit more, but that's not bad. Like, we have decent armor. Sea Mance and Mance. We've really got to get that... Oops, scimitar. We've really got to get that promotion going on so that Grotham can get a good sword. Alright, so... we'll do ordeals, or at least we'll try. And then we'll head over to Waterfall. Zedpedes. I wonder if they're worth a ton of experience. Or if they're going to kill us. See, the advantage of having all of these item magics, it makes me want to try out the elements. So, Zed seems to resist ice, but might be weak to fire. So if I can learn the prefixes, it'll make things a lot easier if I keep doing these endomizer runs. So now I might want to double fire rather than trying for ice. I do like the idea of having to kind of relearn what enemies are strong or weak against what. It's a nice little twist. Poison and stun, yeah. We could always cast anti-status, you know. So I'm going to assume the ice dragons are strong to ice. Oops, I did it again. And weak to fire. But I don't really understand. They seem pretty weak to fire. If I change the trivia questions to Canadian history, I could, but for now they are definitely Blue's Let's Play channel trivia. Not real life, real world, boring history. And if I did Canadian history, I'd probably be like, how many igloos per child in Canada? Just drop the scimitar. Fair enough. Get out of here. Keeps getting in the way. Good point. Okay, a little bit of a loop there. That's nice. Gotta pay attention here. Zedpedes. Weak to fire. We've got lots of fires at this point. Not weak to fire? Maybe I'm wrong. The nature of the spell damage is like... it takes a lot of castings before you know for sure if something is weak or strong to it. Especially when you don't know the base magic power. Woohoo! So good. I'm the best random pillar guy there is. Alright, Beast, Shard, and Seabots. Who's gonna kill us? I'm gonna try to kill them first before that happens. Alright, the Beast is easy. Everything else seems relatively chill. Good fight! Good grind! Well, we will want that one day. We can buy more gloves if we really need them. At some point, we'll probably want to equip the pro rings anyway for the status protection. That's some special opal armor. Let's do this fight again. Seemed real easy, right? I can't handle my gamepad. It does definitely give... This would be a pretty good grind tile. Not that I want to grind right now, but that would definitely work. Bad cap. Poor money. Oops. The E-Eyes. Are they electric or are they just more... Their name is actually I-Eyes. Probably strong against fire? I don't know. Lightning seemed to do bonus damage. Fire definitely did look worse. Isn't becoming a mod like going to a restaurant all the time and then one day they just ask you to work there for free? Yay! Mystic Key, that's a good find. That opens up a bunch of free loot. And that is our... zombie dragon chest. Well, we only take mods in chat on a voluntary basis via popular opinion or executive Ankylo order. So, not too many people are up for mod status in general. Takes a special kind of person to want to be a mod. Can't let the power go to your head. Or can you? You gotta understand what kind of ban hammers we need. My mods get bonus Ankylo points. Come on. Hey there, Pixel. Well, do you see the ice dragons on screen? That's unusual. you've run into us about almost 2 hours too late, but there's some strange things going on tonight's sea, that's for sure. So I was gonna go to the waterfall next, but maybe I'll go do my key checks. Cause the locked chests are easy. Some furfish. Frofish. Maybe firefish? I don't know. Maybe free fish. They're not strong to fire. They might even be weak to fire. They don't seem very red or fiery, so I don't really know. I'm gonna assume it's free fish. If we can get that Ice 2 shirt. Oh no, they're strong to ice. Freeze fish. Frost fish, yeah. Frost indeed. I guess they're probably taking the names from normal enemies like frost wolves. That pony just hit Grotham for 200 damage. This is a wild stallion. That's pretty bad. Stop. Definitely the Tyro of the desert. Oh boy. What a bad pony. These guys were kind of rude as well, and we can't run from them. I may actually need to raise the minimum bet or lower the maximum bet, just the way the jackpot works. The range probably can't be too wide, or else people losing all their points will be lost to very low risk, low bet gambles that will reward a chance, albeit small, to get the jackpot. So we'll talk. I'll do some more gambling math later on. Try to figure out what the best way to do. One Ankylo point is not worth much these days, Pixel. 1,000 to 10,000 bets? You want everyone to be broke. Alright, well we got a bunch of free items, or hopefully free items. Let's see if we can find some cool stuff. No need to go fast. I want to get all the stuff. Bad money, good money, okay money, okay money. So the elf treasury is just full of money. Oh, there's a secret cooldown of 5 minutes, Pixel, so you'll have to wait to do your next gamble, normally. Wait a second. Or the cooldown doesn't work? Okay, don't just start spamming at anybody, but the cooldown might not work. I'll have to check that out later, too. Oh, probably no cooldown if it doesn't accept the roll. That's fine. I did not mean to step there. Yeah, if it rejects it, it doesn't throw you on cooldown. That's nice. Nice of it. So we have pretty bad pro rings today. Not super pro. But status protection is still worth it. Usually. Oh, right. The side chests are always the same. Just checking trap tiles for interesting enemies, like Earth Dragons and Wizard Knights. Not very good against ice. Earth Dragons seem to be good against a lot of elements. The dice minigame is turned off because we have the gambling minigame. We're not going to have all the minigames on at the same time. Still a little bit better than the gloves? Sure. Probably should go Dwarf Cave next anyway. Go up, do the normal loop. pretty sure we do not have a TNT anymore. No TNT. Wood stick. Bad ice armor. Maybe I'll keep it. We'll see. Iron stick. Short sword. Not much good. No. We can buy it if we want it anyway. Did I not get the TNT then? I thought I did turn it in. Turn something in. Did I turn in an adamant instead? I'm sure we came here and got one incentive. But it was a long time ago. So I don't remember anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm usually pretty good at I'm pretty good at turning things in right when I get them. Heal +1 helmet. We're gonna get promoted any time now, right? That's gonna be better than a silver helmet. We'll be able to equip that eventually. Okay, that was an incentive chest. We did not go to Marsh Locked. We woke the prince. We translated the slab. No volcano, no ice cave, no fairy. We bought the item. Okay, probably still water shrine next after we finish our loop. Bottom of marsh is still not nice, especially with no warp or anything. We need to get promoted to be able to warp. I guess we have incentivized vampire. I always regret putting that in there. Z-Negas. What kind of element is a Z-Nega? Like, seriously. Not very strong to fire, anyway. Yeah, waterfall into water shrine is my plan. Well, we've got a backup heal helmet. If I want to give one to Grotham later on. Just remember that for later. I don't have enough inventory. If I want a heal helmet for my ninja, we can get one. Zen Nega? Doesn't seem to do too much. Iron glove. Well. Just a standard X-Cal. No bonus, just standard. That'll be better than the Ruse Sword. Probably. Ruse +3. Defense Sword +3 is pretty good, but X-Cal should beat that, I think. By a fair margin. Not even counting the access to bonus damage most of the time. Because it's like +10 or something. I forget. I think the randomizer changed that as well. But I'm pretty sure the bonus to enemies weak to a weapon, the damage type family versus thing, it got a pretty big buff in the rando. So it does quite a lot of bonus damage. Okay, well, let's buy some more level 5 magic, because it's close, and then we'll head up to Onrak and the waterfall. And yeah, we've run into a couple scenarios where it would have been nice to have Invis 2. So we'll have that now. And I think Cure 3 seems sensible, even though Dia 2 would do a ton of damage. Stop was much worse than anticipated because it's single target. I can't imagine really ever using Avox. Anti-silence. And fast is always good. So now we've got some of our basic buffers. We can invis our evasion up. We can fast our fighters up. That gives us some strength. Our levels are getting pretty high. One of the big perks of having lots of XP scaling. So yeah, we'll do the waterfall, top of Sea Shrine at the very least. We do not have the chime yet, so we're not like in go mode or anything. We need the loot and the chime. A different mech. That one just ran away. Right, I hate those sea elves. X-Lamias. I have... There's no enemies in the vanilla game that has X, right? Only by damage? Yeah, but X-Cal gets bonus damage against most enemies that are weak against something. Although it's hard to say what those will be. Night Ankylos? Now that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's Meteo. Well, they're not that strong. Cool. All kinds of new Ankylos nowadays. Have I finished Xenonauts? No. We'll never finish Xenonauts. It's impossible. A Frost Ranger? Noob Ankylo. Aww. Okay, there you go. You guys have seen the first, perhaps, triple payout of the gap. I mean, you've seen some jackpots, crazily enough. I can't believe you had 2 jackpots already tonight, but there's the triple. Oh, you already had something? Never mind. You guys, apparently you know all about everything. All my secrets are out already. Should have made it a 1 to 1,000 roll. Would have taken longer. Okay, these guys are strong to ice, weak to lightning, that's for sure. I'll just have to change it every stream so the numbers are a little bit different. I don't know if I want to fight the Hydra. Ooh, lucky. K Sahogs. They're kind of green. What does that mean? I have no idea. K for King K. Rool Sahogs. They've got fire magic, fire skills. So, Kremlin Sahogs. Ice, they're strong against. Lightning looks normal, just random magic damage. Very strong to fire for sure. I mean, they had Scorch and they resisted fire, so that must be the fire version. Well, now we can go to any dungeon we want. It's not great. With no access to warping, we're still kind of hosed in terms of getting promoted. It's very difficult to dive down, grab an item, and leave. I think it with vanilla, like without shuffling the spell levels anyway, we're you can't get warp or teleport unpromoted in the base game, and that includes the spell crafter. So X-birds. Well, Paralisks are usually fire elemental. But we'll see. They are strong to ice now. And also still strong to fire. Who knows? Maybe X means, like, non-elemental. Extra special bird. If we keep leveling up, we're not going to have any room to get spell charges on our knight or our ninja. Two hours in, no fiends down, no promotion. Never even went on rack till now. Well, we've got incentivized Sea Shrine. We haven't been to Ice Cave yet either. Oh boy, we're way behind in terms of playing a quick seed. But it was definitely a slow start. That was the design. Dia 3. Ooh. Was there any other good level 7 spells? Those look pretty good. I think you can learn one, but unpromoted. I forget which one. Maybe normally you can, but not in the Spellcrafter. There's your warp, finally. Yeah, I think Exit and Warp are level 7, so... That'll be promoted and pretty late. No promotion. Well, we knew where Bahamut was early, so... The trouble is just finding that tail. I don't know where he is. Exit level 8? That's even worse. There's still one loose item, I believe. More K Sahags. Okay, I don't want to deal with Ka. Okay. Okay, come on, gamepad. Knock that off. K has got to stand for something. Let's try again. Silence touch. That's rare. Being silenced blocks you from using your item magic, even as you may have just noticed. Gives you a pretty good idea how much damage Lightning 2 can do, though, with the nice range on a big group. Alright, up to the top we go. No time for Frostfish. I said, no time for Frostfish. That's good, Pixel. Just keep gambling. You never know how far you'll get. You'll lose all those points that you magically stole from somebody. Or you hacked. You probably hacked it in. Cyber Sleuth. Alright, a great +4 axe. Not going to be that great. Not great enough, I don't think. RNG manip, yeah. Come on, incentivized. Technically, go mode. Great. That's the last loose item. The adamant should... Well, okay, there's still some incentive chests. The floater chest in Ice Cave, plus the adamant chest on Sky, and the vampire chest in Earth. Those 3 chests, plus the turn-in, will definitely lead to the tail and the last of the incentivized equipment items. So there should be an opal bracelet, maybe a ribbon, a power glove, the massa. So maybe we already got our ribbon in one of something. I don't know. It's hard to say. Ooh. We got a problem with our equipment. Well, we can buy some gloves if we need them later on. This is too good to not bring with us. Dragon Armor +4, best armor in the game. Short of Dragon Armor +5. You can't challenge me when I'm streaming, guys. I checked all this stuff. You think I have time to type in chat while I'm in the middle of a super fast speed run? Speed running? Speed running? Sun Sword -3, boo. Sabre. We did get the key recently, so we can check the reverse C. We should probably do some healing, though, now that I look at Grotham. Okay, our levels are kind of going crazy. No easy way to, like, warp out until we get promotion. I'd really like to get that promotion item. Really would like that. I'd also like Meteor to be amazing. But it's not very good, is it? This is just going to be a level 50 seed. We're going to get all the way to level 50 to finish the game. Remember all those nice long runs with no encounters? What happened to that? This is empty, yeah. So do I clear C, or do I go chase down incentivized items and try to get promoted? I think I try to get promoted. Personally, there are some more treasure chests here, but none of them should be incentivized loose items. And I would really like to get that tail. A Frostsaurus? A Frostsaurus? Pixel's RNG manipulating the minigame again, I can see. Okay, we can turn the adamant in as well. That's a good first step. And then Ice Cave, maybe Vampire, Sky last. If we're really just trying to dive for that that promotion item. I mean, I've literally been dropping my defense to carry all of this promotion gear. Yeah, okay. I convinced myself. It's not like we're in a rush, you know. Well, you know, it's a Mazmute -3. That's all we need. Definitely not the one I was hoping for. Oh, we also did those checks. Massa -3. Dang. Well, seeing as we're not promoted, it's going to be better than a Coral Sword. The X-Cal might be better. The Massa has a lot of base damage. -3 sucks, though. But, you know, it's way better than Coral. It's still a Massa. I know, it still has amazing base stats. It's just nerfed down significantly. -6 power, minus bunch of critical and all that. Oh, Ice is going to kind of suck too, because we can't do any warp exit strats. We've got to do the full loop. It's a reason I didn't go here early. This is probably the only time... Oh, I've got to try out that Massa. This will probably be the only time I do no spell shuffle, because a rando with no spell shuffle just takes way longer than it should. Than it needs to. Magic Missile Z-Eyes. Very strong to ice. Our melee attackers are starting to get way overpowered now. Flame Sword's hitting a lot. Massa, of course, is strong. Although Magic did definitely get a buff with the randomizer, it's probably not enough to compete with still pretty high-leveled fighter stats. Oh. Interesting. Oh, sure, Fog hits everything now. Weak to lightning. Get out of here, eyeballs. Yeah, my eyeballs probably don't like getting hit by electricity that much either, to be honest. Zebra eyes. They had non-elemental magic damage. There's not much we can do about that. I do have Magic Missile 2 myself. Take that. Magic Missile me, I'll interrupt you. No, they interrupted me. They went first. It never seems to work as well when I cast it. Zoro Eyes? I have no idea what this one is. The Z is a mystery. Oh, I can't even run from them if I wanted to. I mean, normally Nuke would wipe a group of eyes out, right? But our current Nuke is pretty weak. Yeah. Okay. Ice Cave looked like it's going to be as bad as Ice Cave usually is. Let's try to save some spell slots. There's no exiting allowed, so... Oh, come on. Why is this joystick so sensitive when I'm trying to do menuing? Gotta get back to the D-pad. I blame Windows 10. It probably messed up my my controller settings. Oh, these are not going to get annoying. No, no, no. Unrunnable Z-Eyes every 10 steps. It definitely feels like the Ice Cave, though. We have no choice but to get to level 50 by the end of this run. Don't think we've seen any katanas yet, have we? We have cave sharks and ice sharks today. Wow, these are super common. This is brutal. If you came here to low level, this would have been just not impossible, but really brutal. This is kind of like fighting ghosts back in water. Not as many of them in a group, but they hit real hard. Ignore your defense, basically, with that magic missile. No, well, I've seen ghosts hit for like 200, so maybe not as bad as ghosts. Sea Imps. I don't got time for Sea Imps. G-Beast. It's a great beast. Zombie for Zed? Maybe. I guess that might work. I guess, is the zombie dragon? Is Zed dragon? Or, no, it was zombie D for zombie dragon. Anti-poison -3 axe. More Sharknado movies? Now they come in out of the caves. Giga Beast. Giant Beast. Great Beast. Well, there was like gray imps, right? G-Imps and gray wolves. So it could just be G for gray. Gray Nagas. Like, I'm assuming they must be stealing them from in-game, like, vanilla enemy monsters. Vanilla abbreviations. They can't just be making them up. That'd be terrible. Copper Glove. Some more Nagas. They should rename these to Karens. Instead of nagging, they're just Karens. Unsubscribe. Blue, how dare you drag modern stuff into your videos. The future tubers from Beyond the Apocalypse will have no idea what we're talking about. Oh, there's the Vorpal. Whew. And a bird. Just a random bird down in the frost cave. Ice cave. Just a bird hanging out. It's a very tanky bird. 300 HP. Over 400 probably HP. Just a bird. Guarding some soft potions. Google wolves. Could be. Not yes, Karens. Negas, as in nagging. In relation to how Karens can act. Although it's not direct. It's just... It's 2020, the year of the Karen, right? Everyone's making fun of Karens online, and there's Karens protesting about being called Karens, so... I figured we could throw the Negas in there, rename them. C-bots. So what could C stand for? Oops, Vorpal. Carrot bot. A beast with 2 carrot bots. Let's clean up some of our inventory a little bit. We don't need giant swords or coral swords. We'll send that Vorpal up somewhere. A lot of negative weapons. Bad Massa, bad Vorpal, bad Sun. At least Xcal is neutral and the defense sword's a little bit positive. All hope lies on the katana being not terrible. Just a Nega boss, no big deal. You got a 50 right in the middle there, Luke. Very average luck for you. Now the bottle is still good. It could lead to the tail. Nothing wrong with that. Doesn't tell us whether or not this was worth it. Just leads us to the next progression. Next key item. Oh, by the way, did you know you're on your own? Or you're not alone. Depends on how you want to take it. The -9 katana. I actually... Wait, we haven't fought crabs yet. Where do these things come from? All this time in Ice Cave, we never saw they had crabs here? They have birds and crabs. Crabs, not very weak to lightning. They're pinching you. They should be weak to being boiled. They look to be relatively strong to the main 3 elements. At least neutral, if not strong. Ambushed by crabs. How does this happen? All we need is for them to have trance, and then we'd have the crab rave. Let's try... You know what we could do the next time we see a Z monster? Let me try Dia on it, because they might be undead. Well, you can definitely microwave a crab if you really wanted to. Professional chefs cry out, but yeah, you can definitely microwave them. Okay, because a lot of people are using Karen. Yeah. Like I said, Karen's kind of the go-to 2020 slang for entitled women. I already checked all this stuff. We're getting out of here. C bots. I have no idea what the C is for. I mean, there's some lewd options. If Robert was still listening, he'd have some ideas. We'll try to keep our stream PG, though. Alright, well, we gotta go turn that bottle in. Corrosion bots. I mean, it could be anything. It just... Why would they pick a word that no one will ever guess? It's gotta be some element that you could have a chance at guessing if you're just playing it for the first time, I'd think. But, yeah, it could be. thought there was one... I guess I'm thinking the old way. There used to always be like one level 7 spell you could learn pre-promotion, I'm pretty sure. But just trying to remember where the armor is. We're going to be promoted soon, right? We're going to get promoted right now. Any second now, we're going to get that tail. You guys are going to be so happy after 2 hours, 20 minutes. No fiends defeated. Alright, what do we get, Fairy? Curse you, Fairy! I mean, you know, ribbons are great, but, well... Okay, I mean, what do we drop at this point? I don't think I incentivized Volcano. I think it's going to be in Sky. It'll be the last one. I think I had the Adamant chest. Oh, it could be Vampire still, too. That means there's still 2 out there. Power Glove, Opal Bracelet. Vampire's closest, I guess. And that was the Fairy. I mean, we could just pick this up later, but, this is ribbon number 2, right? We definitely should drop something. See, I want to equip... Okay, at this point, we're just going to say we're going to get promoted soon. It's going to happen. And for now, I'm going to put on the people with the least amount of HP that can't take any hits and also now have no armor. Because who needs armor? Okay, I'm not missing any weird items. We've got Incentive Vampire, which is... That was a huge mistake. Why would I ever incentivize fighting a vampire? Let's go check that. Yeah, they changed that for the Spellcrafter. You can keep vanilla permissions. There's a flag for Spellcrafter plus vanilla permissions so that you know the slots that various casters can learn. But if you don't do vanilla permissions, they have their own set of rules for what you can learn pre or post promotion. So every time I go by, I check. I'm like, maybe I should be able to buy a level 7 spell because there is a couple, clearly. 4 even. But, you know. I can't stop checking chests. I gotta find a katana now and a 3rd ribbon. Okay, an Elect Dragon and a Venom. So all the elementals just go by the... So that probably means V is for Venom. Because there are elementals. And I assume that they're just going by their new element type. I mean, I have no idea what works against Venom. Like, that's part of the problem is it's an element that I have no experience with. Maybe we should use the anti-poison thing, right? Also, we're too high a level anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Zed. So perhaps zombie? I have to try the Dia spell to test. It did damage, right? So there you go. Z for zombie. We got one. V for venom. Z for zombie. C for cryo, maybe? I don't know. They've got a cryo spell. Flame shield plus 5. We can buy those, right? It's good for the ninja, no doubt, but we can just buy them. What was this, a pro cape? We've already got 3. Flame shield plus Enflan. Enflan Shamalingong. Comets? It has to be an element, like... Or a family type, maybe. I don't think Comet's an element. There's a spell for Meteor, but it should just be, non-elemental. Maybe Earth Elemental. Nah, it's just... There's a Quake spell for Earth. C is weird. I don't know. Hot Ocho? Could be H for heat. But I don't know. Is there any vanilla monsters that have an H in their name? Like, an H abbreviation? Would I ever try to speedrun FF2? No, I don't know FF2 well enough. And the way to speedrun FF2, I'm pretty sure it requires amazing leveling up abuse of the... the way the mechanics for leveling up work is super broken in FF2, so... I would expect the speedrun would be very manipulated. Very stat growth manipulated. But I don't speedrun anything, so it's not specifically FF2 that I'm picking on. I don't speedrun anything. Ocho for 8? Ooh. Well, if we ever get promoted... Sheesh! Look at all this stuff. Aegis Shield, Dragon Armor. Well... Okay, we can drop the Flame Shield, because if we get promoted, we can hand me down the old one. Alright, Pixel, see you later. Nothing in... Not nothing in this chest. The next room is just bats. Just Bert and Ernie's. NPC Guillotine may be the best upgrade to Final Fantasy. Confusion? Could be, maybe. Unfortunately, we're kind of at the level now where it's really hard to tell, because a lot of things are running from us anyway, but we've learned some acronyms for sure. Oh look, there you go! Katana 3, that'll be really good for promotion for the ninja. That'll be real good. So we can give the Massa to the Knight, probably, at least for the end game, and the Katana +3 to the ninja, assuming there's a tail. Although first we have to kill a vamp. If that's even possible. Let's just fast the guy with the Massa. Not like it matters. Get out of here, you dummy. Alright, it took forever. We could have come here so much earlier, but who would ever think to go kill the vampire without warp? Alright, well, we'll go clear the Earth Cave, because it's easy. We'll do them in... Should we just do the dungeons in order now, after everything? Does anyone ever do all 4 Fiend dungeons in order? There's some fish. Maybe weak to lightning? I mean, they're earth fish. Ah, Power Glove. More things to pick up that we can't carry. Okay, well, we know we're getting promoted soon. So this Iron Glove, not necessary. Even though it's a -3 Saber Glove, but Saber's too good. 2 gold, nice. Ice -3, not as good. We've got Fire +5. And an Aegis +4. Mostly wandering around in the dark, eating moss off the walls. That's one of my favorite trivia questions. Anyone who was here for the Lord of the Rings Super Nintendo stream, you will always remember that one, I think. It'll have to stay with you for life. The next time someone asks me to speedrun their favorite game, I'll ask them to speedrun Lord of the Rings Super Nintendo version. That's how we keep it fair. Okay, there's way too many fish in the Earth Cave. I don't know what the deal is. Why would the Randomizer put fish here? Like, all there is fish. Just dozens and dozens of fish flopping around on the ground. They can't even do anything. They try to run away, but they're fish. They just flop over an inch. It's not like you can run when you're a fish. We know that these guys are actually pretty easy. Dungeon sharks? Well, I assume sharks are muscular enough and big enough that they could hop over towards you or something. But you've seen fish. They just flop around on the ground. Gas dragons. Interesting. That's a vanilla type monster. Not usually in the Earth Cave. If he had poison breath, that could have caused some damage. Oh, the stupid sea elves. We don't need no stinking sea elves around here. Blizzarding it all up. Nuke 'em! At least there's only one. This is a rough... That's a pretty bad encounter down here. We got him at least, but... Oh, there's a mud skipper. There are mud skippers that can go across land a little, but they still mostly just flop around in the mud. There was a silly cartoon about Muddy the Mud Skipper. Blue the Boomer showing his age. Alright, our first fiend, 2 hours and 30 minutes in. It's okay, we're pretty much at go if we want to go mode, so... Good turn order. Ice 2 Lich, that's kind of vanilla. Dia does 100 damage, not that much. 12 hits, 757. Grotham murders that Lich. And we have an orb that has been lit. Awesome. We're on the way. Let's go get promoted. Finally. It's about dang time. Basically the end of the game before we got it. Right. The dragons in Melmond had it all mixed up. Hey there, David. Oh, the run's, it's been an interesting run. I set up the seeds in such a way that it was going to go a little slow. No shuffled spell levels means it's always going to start a little slower with no high-level magic in the early game. But, yeah, it's been interesting. Alright, now we can equip the good stuff. Like... Okay, let's clean some stuff up. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. We're not going to use a flame sword anymore. So, I believe in the katana +3. Let's look at the stat difference here. 64, 166 versus 53, 169. So the katana +3 has more hit rate than the Masa, but less damage. But it should have a much higher critical rate. So I think that will still be better against certain enemies. Now the question is Masa -3 versus Xcal default. The Masa should still win, but it's going to be closer than normal. So 75, 141 versus 70, 135. Wow, that's surprisingly close. I'm going to leave Xcal for enemies that are weak against Xcal. Against Tiamat and Chaos, the Masa will be better. But against most things, the Xcal will have the bonus damage that you don't see on that screen, applying a little bit extra to us. Now, there is also the Ruse +3. Still not good enough. 61, 144. It's not too far off, Defense Sword +3, but if you had a Defense Sword +5 and an Xcal -2 or something, that would probably beat it. Okay, and then white and black mage don't get any real weapons. We are armor time. So, after all this messing around, we finally have some good armor. We don't need the dumb pro cape anymore. Steel armor, I think it's possible you can be equipped. I don't know. Come on, ninjas, why can't you wear steel armor? So we're going to need to find some better armor for the ninja. Like body armor. Turns out we didn't need the opal shield after all. It actually has more defense than the Aegis, but Aegis has status protection. Oh, and I can equip that and that. There's another heal helmet somewhere if we don't get any more ribbons. I think... Does anyone remember? I said, don't forget. Tell me later, once we're promoted, where the last heal helmet is. Because I know I left one somewhere easy. One of the key lock chests. Not that we need it with 80 absorb, but... So we gotta find something for our ninja to wear for body armor. Fire or ice armor. Bottom right Chaos Temple. What a convenient location. I guess I don't really need to sell anything. The Vorpal is too bad. Just get rid of that. It's worse than the katana in every way, and it's not going to be probably worth it against anything else. We've got a weapon that can cast anti-poison. That's a level 4 slot with life, so that's worth holding on to. And then we've got all of our magic at low levels. We got to find somewhere for the ninja to get some armor. Ice armor -3. Well, let's get at that for now. It's not great. 39 absorb. Come on. Come on. It's definitely better than the silver bracelet at the very least. And I was going to sell the opal shield, I guess. I don't think we've seen any gold bracelets, have we? There could be like gold bracelets +5 or something, maybe. Anyway, let's get out of Melmond. Maybe just go pick up that heal helmet for the ninja to get something equipped. I could have just waited till we go to the end game, but... The snakehead fish can survive on land. You looked it up. Alright, well, it was definitely different than what I was thinking. We're assuming that Z-Nagas are zombie Nagas. Now that we know what Z stands for. Okay, heal helmet +1. Gets him up there. 57's not bad for second slot. Now, I know I've seen flame armor, but I forget if it's better than ice armor. It might be like -2 or something instead of -3. But we'll check the magic here while we're here. There's no weapons possible anymore. Could just buy... I should have sold the opal shield or dropped it long ago, because we could just buy them. I forgot about that. And yeah, because we get non-shuffled white magic, these spells aren't going to be super strong compared to some, you know, when you get life 2 for your knight or something. So probably the utility spells now are more useful, if we're going to cast them ever. Bug lecture is over. Welcome back, Grotham. You are all grown up now. You are, yes. We're trying to find you some slightly better armor, because the default ninja armor hasn't looked amazing so far. Anti-status could be good for the knight. Cure 2 is still not bad, and, you know, we'll pick up Fear just to be weird. Lots of insects. Alright. Pick up... Ninjas probably learn Dark. That sounds standard. And Rot. None of these spells are probably going to be any use. Like vanilla, the low-level spell slots at the end of the game aren't, most of the time, not very good. Other than, like, maybe Fast. Temper. If they are not bugged. Okay, flame -1, right? That's better than ice -3. Pretty sure. 57, 56. I'll even not drop it just in case. But I'm almost 100%. What's the best way to win FF1? Reroll till you get a nuke staff in the first shop, and then win. If you're playing the rando. There you go, much better. 61, 66. 61, 60. Alright, that's probably about as good as our ninja's gonna get. It doesn't give us dual status protection. But if we get a ribbon, maybe we'll throw it on him. He's got a pro ring and fire. I never found a place to buy pro rings either. We've got 2 ribbons, so double perfect status protection. The knight has pretty good status protection. And the ninja has pretty weak status protection. I mean, if you're playing vanilla FF1, fighter, red mage, white mage, black mage, and then just grind your way to victory. Let's go pick up some spells. I want to show off the level 8 magic, seeing as we've spent so long on this seed already. That was what was locked, right? That's the old exit type spell. So Cure 4 should be full heal. Anti-Magic 2, we'll see. Might be like Wall. We've already got all the black magic. We'll pick up... Well, let's go to Gaia first. There's just, you know, we'll do a world tour of shopping trips, and then we'll go clear all the last dungeons, basically. There is an incentivized item left. It'll be the opal bracelet in the top of Sky, so we can definitely get that on our way to the end. Saber's going to be useless on the Black Wiz, but Cryo, maybe. We'll see. Should be Ice Elemental Stone is what I believe. Fog is going to be Fog for the whole group. I don't remember what was at the other level 7 white shop, but unless they're 2 really good spells, it'll be fine. And then there were no shops that sold gold rings or pro rings, so we had to find them out in the wild this time around. I was about to kill that fool. Well, we're definitely happy to have Life 2 and Holy in White 8. At least we get it. And we'll go Fast 2, Kill, and then we'll go pick up Fire 3, which, don't worry, it's not like normal Fire 3. It always seemed like a crazy idea to go all the way back to Lefane for those level 8 slots, but now that we're such a high level, can't blame me, right? C whites. What the heck is C for? Does D even work on them anymore? You know, whites are typically undead, but they've got Squint. Okay, they're still considered undead, at least. Corona whites. They just look at you and then you get Corona and die. Well, good thing I bought Life too. We're in a pretty high level area. The last time we came through here, we nearly died. Let's test out Cryo. Nothing. Awesome, level 8 spell. Or level 7 spell. Holy should be like Fade, approximately. More of these whites. Well, we know Dia worked well. I'm assuming maybe Fire if they are standard whites. Dia and fire would be the normal way. Rolled a 1, lost 1,000 points. Dima, how many points did you have when you started the night? You seem to be throwing your points away quickly today. So fog is a super fog, and fast 2 is going to be a super fast. Look at this. Everyone gets quick shots. Everyone gets a bunch of armor. They're probably pretty good buffs. Just, you know, you never know because the mod, the spellcrafter doesn't exactly tell you the status effects you get now. No, there's no jackpot for ones. It should cost you, like, all your points. There actually might be an option for all in. Shouldn't even tell you about it. Alright, that's our strongest spell. Invis 3, that's pretty good too. That'll be a lot of evasion for the final fights. Just using a trouble spot. You don't even dare the all-in, yeah. You should be careful with your spell, your Ankylo points. Alright, fire 3. Now they're fire elemental somehow. It's gonna do like poor damage. Yeah. So just you wait. I want to find something that's weak to fire. If we can figure it out, like maybe this. And watch this spell do almost like 800, 900 damage. If they're weak to fires. Yeah, they probably are. I have seen rolls on fire 3 or fire 8, because it's in the 8th slot, hitting for like basically almost 900 damage. 640, 720, 736, 514, 442, 674, 664, 488. I don't know for sure if they're weak to fire. That's the trouble. Yeah, don't worry. If you gamble away all 10,000 Ankylo points, someone will probably give you 50 points. Want to go buy the rest of my magic, so we're going to go to Onrak, and we might as well clear the water shrine while we're there. Do we keep checking chests? What could we find in a chest that would be worth it? A gold ring, maybe. I mean, we're going to find an opal bracelet eventually, but it might be a -5 opal. Frost worm. They could be weak to fire. We'll never know. I guess, you know, one thing I didn't even think of. While we're... oh, yeah. Do you think a Thor hammer +1 is better than a silver hammer +5? 33.57. No. Silver hammer is the best hammer. And the sun sword is not good. Okay. Silver for the win. Too much Last of the Mohicans. What happened to the game? What happened to the game, guys? Is there a pause button I somehow randomly found? Continue. Game? It's saved, right? So just reset it. It's fine. We just saved with all our stuff. We didn't lose anything. I don't know why it froze, but it says don't touch anything when you're saving. And I went and changed the music. That's probably what happened. Alright. I still think I'll check the chests. Oh yeah, the magic shops. That was why I came here specifically. Good point. Just go on autopilot after all this time. Oh yeah, that's that warp spell. Stun's probably not very good, but we'll pick up the rest of our magic at the very least. Heal 3 should be good. Dia 3 we missed again. Oh well. That's pretty classic that the good Dia harm style spells always land on a slot that it's too valuable to ever use. So, unless you didn't want to try the Super Fog armor spell, there's probably no room for it. Heal 3 is too good, exit's too good. So, there's no time for anti-undead magic, sadly. There are, I promise, there are actually white magic damage spells, like Holy, but like lower level sort of Dungeons and Dragons style spells. We just, you know, didn't run into them. So K seems to be maybe related to possibly related to fire. It's hard to say. Lightning seems pretty good, though. Carrot. Kakarot. Kakarot Gator. Right? That's a carrot. Alright, you know what? At this point... Sorry. we're almost at the 3-hour mark. The speed run begins for real at this point. It's not that I'm not enjoying myself. It's just taking too long. 3-hour seed's too long for me. It's time for some speedrun strats. I often play like this when I'm just playing on my own anyway, because it takes like half the time. Oh boy, some flame -1 armor. And I threw it on the ground. Alright, this is so much better. Why don't all speedrunners do this? Everyone should play like that. It's way better. Right? A speedrun race where you can run on as high a frame skip as you want. As long as you can control your characters, it doesn't really matter. So Pro Ring... will provide status protection until we need the saber. Blue's probably getting tired. It's getting a little bit up there in time. Wizard... Wait. What kind of magic do wizard imps have? I want to know. Dazzle? Interesting. Okay. What else kind of magic do wizard imps have? Just a lot of dazzle. Okay. Is that the anti-magic? It's just anti-magic 1. So anti-magic 2 could be better even though they're at the same slot. Anti-poison. Avox. No. That's... Come on. I want to see what you can do. All the speed running, and then I just want to see what the wizard imps can do. I want to see one more spell. That's all. Just one more spell. And then I'll let you go. I mean, I'll kill you, but... They don't have any magic, they just have dazzle. Dumb wizard imps. What kind of imp, what kind of wizard is that? Doesn't even know any magic? Just tries to dazzle you with his flashy magic tricks. He just has a card trick. Sometimes it paralyzes you. Because you never believed an imp would know how to play cards. Very vampire. They're very vampire. No, it's Venom. V for Venom Vampire. I figured it out before, Amor. Sorry, Amor, you're too slow. I already figured it out. But yes, we already figured out V, probably. I expect the best way to figure it out is just to play over and over again Randomizer Seeds until you see all of the new elementals, just on their own elementals that look like the original Fire, Ice, Lightning, Air. I mean, Fire, Water, Ice, Air. Look, whatever. There's probably an Ice now. Oh, well that's kind of nice. That's the Bane sword, except it's the Invis 2 sword. Okay. That's good. We'll have to test out what spell that actually cast. It's a multi-target Invis. It's probably like the original Invis 2. And then Invis 3 is probably just, you know, the super buff, here's a ton of evasion really quickly spell. Okay, that's pretty good. I like that. Look at that. Checking all the chests was worth it. Some sore losers over here. Magic missiles. Anti-Vox and Dazzle. Senor Mech. We should be careful here. You might die. Actually, having... This is basically a white shirt. That's pretty good. But yeah, I've been taking some damage and not healing, so... There you go. There is some desync if you're just watching along for a long time on the same streamer. Eventually, you often fall a little bit behind the streamer time for some reason. Just the nature of web browsers or whatever. Ho ho ho, it's the Kraken. So what do you think? Kraken might smacken us, so Kraken the smackin'. And for fast up. Get everyone fast in one turn, that's pretty good. And then everyone invisible. I wish I knew how much evasion Invis 3 got. Because usually you have to cast Invis 2 like 4 or 5 times. But if it takes 8 hits down to 0 in a single cast, that is a very good spell. Worthy of the level 8 slot. In replacement for a life 2, basically. X Lamia. That's another one I don't know. X. Maybe X is for death, or XXX, or something. I guess I should mark that off. I was gonna do them all in order at one point. What is going on? Every time I tab out and back, it's crashing the game. Game's not very stable. We should probably put more saves down. Hot Tyro. Kill him. Well, that's not gonna work. Maybe my super speeding is causing problems. That guy had crack. That's not very nice. Don't distribute crack. Just don't use Sonic mode. Duh. Not allowed. We're like 3 hours in. I don't got time for slow-mo. It's a speed run. It's not a slow run. I've used lots of super speed strats. I've never had that crash a game. And you know, we are using a lot of beta seeds that are untested, beta flags that are untested. Some night ankylos. I'm gonna keep opening chests. Some zombie imps. That's pretty good. I like that. That's what we need, more zombie imps. Alright, well, clearly the level of monster in here is not very high. So we have little to worry about. I need to go to Elfland to buy some more magic for my Knight and Ninja. So that's coming up next. It's a simple 8-bit game. Just a dog. There's a dog in the fire, in the volcano. Yeah, I'm not surprised that it's a little unstable. It could be my own fault with the emulator, of course. But remember, like, we are using beta flags that are not normally... They're not thoroughly tested the same as the regular seeds. Or the regular flags. So it's perfectly possible that it's a little bit of instability in the game caused by this crazy modifications. Surely. Opal -1. There isn't a lot left we could find. Like, there could be another ribbon, I guess. I'd like to see if there's any gold rings. There should be at least one gold ring in the pool. Maybe even 2? This sounds like the sort of thing Amora might know. How many vanilla gold rings are in chests? There's one in Cardia, or not Cardia. I think there's one in Cardia, one in Castle Ordeals, right? I think. So if there's 2 at least in the normal pool, then we're just unlucky to never find one. Birds and dogs in the volcano. And sharks! Birds, dogs, and sharks all hanging out together in the volcano. I almost feel bad for killing anything in here. Of course, there's also N-Ankylos. Let's see how Fire 3 does against N-Anks. That looks like kind of low damage, seeing as I've seen that hit over 700. Bird. Get out of here, bird. No time for you. Anti-poison axe is not necessary. We really test out my micro skills on super speed. Some super cloth? Can I navigate the volcano with double speed? Hey look, it's a gold ring! Now is that going to be better than a flame -1? It might not be. I think gold is... I think, if I remember correctly, gold is the same as an iron armor, and opal is the same as a flame armor, a base flame armor. But I'll check it out. $55.77. $61.65. Yeah. So flame armor is still a tier above gold bracelets. So even though it's +1, it's not going to be as good as the white and black shirt are both also gold bracelet tier armor, but +5 and +4 is much better. So goodbye. The only possible armor upgrade for our ninja will be the opal bracelets, which should by default be the same as flame armor. That's always empty, blue. Whatever it's linked to, you always get it earlier. A lazy tiger and a peed. The peed has cremate. We're definitely taking some damage down here. Let's check out heal 3. Seems to heal a fair amount. 211, at least 100 anyway. Probably better to save for battles, but you know. A couple dogs guarding a chest. I mean, they're guard dogs, right? So I think this is our wizard staff that we just found. And it might be worth bringing this to the end. Anti-magic 2. That's something that we had on our... Somebody had that, right? We had an anti-magic shirt. But this is better than that. Because it's anti-magic 2. So that's kind of neat. I mean, I have no idea what it actually protects you from. But it should be the version, something similar to wall. Because there's no wall spell in our repertoire. So anti-magic 2's got to be something along that line. Alright, let's take down Carrie. Do you think We'll do like fast 2, but she should be easy. Excal, almost 400 damage. Silver Hammer, 1 damage. Katana, 259. Good enough. And with that, we have but 1 fiend remaining. I did it again. No. My hubris. There's gotta be... Why is it... I'm thinking like it's a button that's like pauses it or something. Hold on. Is there a pause button? Quick save, quick load. I'm not using any of that. Extras. High speed. Pause. There is a pause button, but I don't have it set. Oh, it was just paused. I don't know how it decided to pause itself. Oh, now it's toggled. What the heck? There's definitely something weird going on. It's the emulator more than anything. It's not the ROM. I guarantee it. Something has gone wonky with my controller settings. Just a second, everybody. Sorry. Sometimes this this emulator is a bit trouble. That should work. But now my button slows it down, but it's permanently on fast. That's not what I wanted. No, what are you doing? I didn't even know how this has happened. Ah, it's getting late. We're gonna finish this seed off any second now, and then we won't have to worry about it. High speed toggle. Let's add that, a new button. Sure. Fine. It's fine. I just hit the reset button. We're at normal speed. Wow, wet bugs. Okay, normal speed, toggle to fast speed, toggle to normal speed, holding for fast speed. That's what I usually like. Hey there, Aaron. It's been a fine seed. You know, been doing some new stuff, testing out some new settings. It's going on a little bit long, but other than that, it's fine. It's fine. I'm at the point where I'm kind of speeding through a little bit here, but we're basically done. Let's go fire 2, ice 2, sleep. Although, like I've said many times, we'll probably never cast any of that. I guess having a knight with ruse is pretty good. Can actually learn Dia. And Vox. Interesting. The knight can learn all the magic. Having guard and ruse as self-casting armor and evasion is actually pretty darn good for a knight. That's neat. Vox, maybe we'll use Dia. I don't think we'd ever use Vox. If you got silenced, if someone got silenced besides the person that has the spell, they could unsilence someone else. I don't suppose you can learn level 4 in this. That would be too good. Still no level 4 white magic for knights. Alright. Temper is definitely good. Lock 2 could be good. And heck. We'll just give him the sweeper if we need it. Alright, that's all our magic purchased. Look at all that happy magic. Got one more dungeon to do. A few more treasure chests to check, because why not at this point? One of these days, I promise, I'll do a seed where I try to go fast and not open 100% of the treasure. It's gonna take a while before I get there, but one day we'll do a normal seed. Maybe I'll practice a couple, and we'll try to go for a good time rather than just testing out flags or going for a challenge. Like, a lot of the recent runs have just been like challenge runs or testing runs. And in that case, I'm more interested in seeing all the enemies and weapons and armor. Finding all of the ribbons. For now, we'll give it to Grotham. Less defense, but that's 3 ribbons, which is pretty awesome. It'll probably end up on the knight. It'll definitely end up on the knight. It's going to end up on the knight right now. This extra pro ring can go anywhere. Yeah. It's, in the short term, it would give Grotham. It would have given Grotham better status protection, but usually the knight is the one you want not turned to stone. And I mean, he's got the Age of... Look, I don't know. You could make an argument to say that I should have kept it. Who knows? Sorry, Grotham. I guess it depends if you plan on your ninja being your final game winner DPS against Chaos or the knight. Now that we're a crazy high level, what kind of damage are we looking at? Katana, 7 hits. See, this is what happens with thieves with the patch. Their hit rates get pretty insane because they get double the normal hit rate growth, and that's not the kind of thing you normally have to think about. But I've never. This is the highest level thief slash ninja I've ever had since the flag to add accuracy to the ninja has ever. There's a lot of dinosaurs here, you know. Anyway, my point is that's a pretty good ninja, and it might be better than the knight for DPS. Maybe we do knight for we can move the heal helmet around later on. Basically, at high levels, the ninja may out DPS the knight because of the extra swings, and the knight will just have the better armor for the defense, just a tank, which is unusual because in the standard formula for randomizers, that's not how it would go. Also, random wolf in the Mirage. So there's really not many items we could even find left at this point. I think we've seen all the casting items, I think. And the only thing we've really missed is the opal bracelet, which I believe we'll find up in Sky in the incentive chests. Some peds, some big old caterpillars, worth a bunch of XP. Trap tile. We haven't seen very many dragons, I suppose. Let's see if we can burn these down. We are a crazy high level. There's a reason why I'm going super speed. There's not much the enemies can do to stop us at this point. 570, not bad. Fire 3 would have definitely killed them all. And I kind of think the combat, or the game goes a bit faster just on super speed, rather than trying to run from everything. Because you can just hold down A to attack. That was almost 900 damage from our ninja. Pretty sweet. Frost bugs and water bugs? What? Where'd these guys all come from? Nuke 'em! There's bugs in the sky. They're pretty strong for an unrunnable bug. You cannot run from the bugs. Okay, this is going to be an annoying fight up here for sure. We can try turn 1 to stone. No. Status spells, still not very good in the long run. Unless you somehow know that an enemy is weak to the element you're trying to use. They still don't really stack up. 7 hits, 800 damage. 5 hits, 600 damage. Well. Do we want to get to level 50 just for laughs and giggles? When's the last time you saw a speed run? Get to level 50. I guess the old black belt grind maybe. Solo black belt. Iron armor. I mean, this is just going through the motions more than anything at this point. Lots of money. Can we get the gold cap? We're 2/3 of the way there to the gold cap. Let's go get that incentivized chest first. Wizard cats! That's new. What do these guys do? They run away. They've got magic missile, and they run away. I mean, cats are pretty flighty. They run away pretty quick, so. Opal -5. No! Here I was thinking maybe we'd get a good final end game armor for Grotham. It's garbage. As garbage as it could be. That's -10 absorbed to the standard Opal bracelet. That puts it at like gold bracelet style, basically. The F-bot. Oh, let's not talk about that. That's rated R. It's a good thing Robert's gone by now. The F-bot. Don't say it in chat, guys. You don't have. Everyone just think it. You don't have to say it. Stop! I don't want to be ambushed by F-bots. F for respect bot. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Alright. I mean, there's no more items, right? I'm just checking them all to be thorough at this point. To get a couple more level ups. Maybe we should find... Okay. Next suggestion. Do you think the Randomizer has put a rare War Mech style enemy on the Bridge of Destiny that is super strong if we stay and try to find it? It won't be the War Mech because it's enemized. But there should be something that's rare and very strong. Djinns! Okay, hey, that's probably an element. So D's might mean djinns. I don't know what element djinns are. We actually got a new weapon. We got 2 upgrades. Wow, the Zeus's gauntlets and the lock staff. So now we can drop an enemy's evasion for free. And we can cast Bane for free. That's neat. I mean, it's not great. It could have been a better spell than Bane, but... Worms and sea worms. It's kind of gross. We could try Bane on Tiamat, yeah. Lightning works really well on sea worms, not surprisingly. At least some of the random enemies make perfect sense. Don't use exit, but we have the warp. This is a great floor for warping if you're trying to save encounters. Okay, these guys are pretty weak, honestly. What is a sea worm doing in the sky, though? That's my question. These are sea worms. We're like almost in space, basically. I mean, it looks like we're in space if you look outside. Silver helm, a little bit of money, some more sea worms. Can we get the ninja to 8 attacks? I don't think I've ever had a 8 swinging vanilla. Well, there's no such thing as an 8 swinging ninja unless you get to 4 swings and fast them. 200 hits, 200%. What's the next breakpoint? 256 minus 32 probably. So 224. 7 more level ups. It's 4 per level up. I think at level 50 he gets 8 swings. What? That's crazy. That means he can get to 16 with fast. Assuming I did the math right. I did it really quick. Ah, Grotham's losing his points to the gambling ring. Now, I'm tempted here to kill Tia with the Bane glove. And then go for a potential War Mech grind, just to see if we can find one. Because we are at a crazy high level. And unless it has something incredibly powerful, we should be pretty safe. And we've got fast forward. So Tiamat. I'm not even going to mess around. We're going straight to Bane gloves. 6 hits, 232. It's got a lot of defense. 5 hits, 244. Bane glove. No. Try again. 5 hits, 448. Grotham takes it down. Good job, Grotham. All orbs have been litten. All chests have been checked, except for the... There are still 3 or 4 chests we didn't check, technically. They're at the bottom of Marsh, and who wants to go back to the bottom of Marsh? Do you think the Frost Bug could be the War Mech? Doesn't look like it. If there is a War Mech style enemy up here, it'll be something we haven't seen before, I would expect. A rare enemy. And it should give us like 30,000 experience. Now, I don't want to spend a ton of time, but for science, I think it's worth playing around for a little bit here. Might as well get around to level 50. Zombie Mantis and Frost Bugs. Hopefully it's not like a 1 in 256 rare encounter. Wizard Imps are not Tiamats. Or, War Mechs, you know what I mean. Unfortunately, we can't run from the bugs. They're ticks, they just latch on. There's a lot of unrunnables up here that are going to make this a little bit annoying. Also, hello Blood Angel, by the way. I see you over there on Twitch. Lurking. Shout out to all the quiet lurkers while we do the little War Mech grind. It's definitely not the Frost Bug, in case you were thinking that might be the War Mech. Way too many Frost Bugs. Oh, that had the poison attack. We know the Wizard Imps are boring. This is unfortunate. Fire 3 let me down. Well, I don't think I'm going to grind much past level 50, hoping to get a rare encounter. But I figured I'd give it a try, you know. I would like to know for sure if this is even a thing. Like, it could be there's no rare encounter here in the Randomizer, but it seems like there should be. Luke Lucky Strike gets the win. Okay, we'll get to level 50 and then we'll do like, I don't know, 5 extra fights. I don't know. I would really like to see a cool, we got one more person to get to level 50. I would like to see like a cool Randomizer War Mech, right? It's gonna be too easy at this point no matter what, but. Alright, everyone's level 50. Oh, the hit percent never went beyond 200. It actually capped. Hey there, little Daffy. Someone will be nice and give you 50 if someone's kind in chat. But you start with 0 when you show up. Anyway, we're level 50. We've got crazy stats, crazy spell slots. I'm gonna give it 5 more battles, and then we're gonna leave. 1. If we see something rare, we get lucky. But I'm not going to spend too much more time here. 2. 3 frost bugs in a row, unfortunately. 4. Just a random worm. And 5 frost bug. Wow. And I'm on my way out. Just a couple extra encounters on the way out. Just in case. This is the Bridge of Destiny, you know. Let's try not to die now after all this. 1 more? For good... Oh, come on. This is like vanilla trying to grind for a War Mech. You spend like an hour up here hoping, and then you never see it. Anyway, we should be in a pretty strong position to go crush the end game. After all, level 50, right? We'll just speed run it over. We've spent enough time on the seed at this point. We could buy some heal potions, but we shouldn't need it. There's nothing else we can do. We're fully geared. We're ready to go. Level 50. Let's stomp all over these things. Zombie Mants and Mants. I mean, I am interested in the final wave of enemies, but none of them are going to be... Zed Crawl. That's cool. Zombie crawls, right? So Not that Dia will do enough damage, but if you had a high level Dia, that's cool. Mostly we're just testing ourselves if we know all the acronyms for the prefixes. A phantom worm. Unrunnable even. Well, not strong enough. And even bad experience. Oh, an extra katana, thanks. I've heard tales that some of the modders for FF1 Rando are considering setting up a dual-wielding ninja at some point, if they can balance it out. It'd be pretty cool. Is Aaron not a regular? I don't know. It's really hard to check for regular status, sadly. The easiest way to check is to use a command that only regulars can use. I guess I could just make a command that's only regulars, and it just... If it gives you a response, that means you're a regular. Because I don't have any variables for regulars. You can't just make a am I a regular command. It has to be... If you're not a regular, the command won't work. And if you are a regular, it'll say, I guess you're a regular. Because... M Sharks. How is not dual-wielding ninja balanced? Well, how do you equip two swords anyway? And second, if you had double the number of attacks at the current katana strength, they're already pretty overpowered. Like, hold on, we'll slow it down for this fight here. Watch how much damage Grotham does to this poor squid. With one katana equipped. 7 hits, 568. Do we really need to have double that? I mean, you could say yes, but it might not be very balanced. Oh no, ponies and frost rangers. 912 damage. Sometimes it's just nice to be over-leveled, you know? Those squids still hit real hard. It's a freaking ninja. It should be overpowered. Well, they gave you a lot more hit rate than you used to. Like, with your current hit rate, you're so much higher than a vanilla ninja. Vanilla ninjas will never get up to 200. Like, we've got so much more accuracy, it's crazy. Worst part about going into high levels is it takes so long to heal everybody up. Alright, let's see what the final guy's got. The Lich. 6 hits, 387. 6 hits, 501. Dead Lich. 1 down, 4 to go. Frostbugs. At this point, I would be surprised if our basic cast items can work, but let's see. They're strong to ice. I guess that makes sense. Ooh, plus they have poison attack. That's pretty bad. Make a kiss command. But social distancing, right? Okay, I gotta save some spell slots for Chaos in case he's really tough. You never know in the randomizer, even at level 50, they can give you a good spin. It would be very unlikely that anything could stop us at this point. But, you never know. The randomizer does strange things. Speed running. Alright. We can use some heal potions. Yeah. Old school healing. Even though we're level 50, I heal up. Alright. Surely we can withstand the Kraken. What I'm gonna do is sort of take it seriously. I will throw down an Invis 3 and an Invis 2 right away. Because it could still smack pretty hard. So that should be an awful lot of evasion from the Invisions. Didn't matter anyway because we immediately got a hit for 500 damage from Grotham and killed the Kraken. Oh, some bones! Don't get boned! Unrunnable Final Floor Bones. Not that strong. Now, at this point, usually you probably want to undo the Massa, or undo the Excal. Unfortunately, it's a slightly rusty Massa. We never found the blacksmith to fix it, shine it all up. I'll do the same thing here. Might as well do at least the evasion buff, but I think we'll take Chaos super safe. You know, we got all these cool spells. We haven't really used hardly any of them. We could have put anti-poison on before Bane hit, and that would have protected us. Well, there's one person with no ribbon, so, you know. We can go anti-poison, so there you go. Fire 3 is going to hit real hard, or at least it could, because we know that's the level 8 fire spell. Not just the old Fire 3. So we have anti-poison. We could put anti-status. Sure. And we've got some tempers, you know. Really stack up that offense. Hey there, Dragon Eye. This is a complicated run. It's difficult to explain. We'll be done soon, and I can do a little review of the flags once we're at the end. Because it's definitely a unusual run, let's say. You can use some Cure Force here to save some time. I'm not super worried about Chaos, honestly, but you never know. Want to have a few reserves. Can't run from bones, so kill him. Can run from Sahag's on the wind floor, or the final floor. Alright. Time for some Chaos Slaughter. And again, I'll go full on. We'll do all the careful planning for this guy. Even if we could probably just hold A to win here. Let's go anti-status right off the bat. Let's go... I didn't give any good items. Didn't really give anything to the ninja to buff up. Other than, like, standard stuff. Let's reduce evasion. We've got anti-status from the knight coming. Let's get some super invis up. And another stack of normal anti-magic up. Well, he's got nuke. But we know nuke is only level 6 or 7. So it's not going to be a full power nuke. So anti-status goes up, anti-magic goes up, and invis 8 or invis 3 goes up. Exactly what we're protected against, I don't know, but something. We can put some guard. We should probably just go for Saber, though, really. We've got Ruse, we've got stuff, you know. I did one invis 3. We could put armor up, but that generally doesn't matter. We got anti-magic up already. We don't have anti-poison, so sure, why not? And then let's get fast. Should probably heal up from the nuke, to be honest. Yeah, we got everything, Dragon Eye. Because we're testing out some crazy seeds. Crack could have killed people if I didn't put all those crazy protections up. Good to see some tough skills here on the final boss. Alright, so yeah, we're just going to Saber up a little bit. We got Temper. I'll go Lockdown a little bit. We'll get this guy on Lockdown. And maybe one more Invis just in case. Or, no, let's probably heal, honestly. We've already got Fast up. We don't really have any buffs other than Temper available for the Black Wiz. This heal 3 might be a bit stronger than vanilla heal 3. It's hard to know for sure. Inferno, fire damage. Doesn't look like we managed to get Grotham fire protection, but hey. One more Saber, I think, and we'll start attacking. And I was going to put it... Well, Chaos hasn't actually done a physical attack yet, to be honest. And we'll get Grotham tempered up a bit too. He's fireproof. Well, we've got fire armor, right? That should count. Swirlies! Everyone gets taken down to the toilet. Given a swirly. Alright, let's do this. Everyone attack! Full power! Fire 3 is fire elemental. The Chaos is strong against fire, which is too bad. We could try kill. Never mind. 14 hits, 2,430 damage. That's a dead Chaos. Good job, Sir Garwin. That's pretty ridiculous. I mean, we were level 50. I wish I could do I should have saved it before the boss fight and then showed off. Because Grotham probably could have done the same thing. He's got a katana with level 50 and fasted and all that, tempered up. It was not going to be a difficult battle. We over-prepared. So there you go. 3 hours and 30 minutes. It's under 4 hours. We definitely could have done it about 30 minutes faster easily. Maybe an hour faster if I'd really tried to go fast. But the type of seed we had here was not the kind of seed that was meant to be sped run. There was no spell shuffle, enemy shuffle. It was a enemizer, weapon, armor, magic shuffle. Just to see all the neat stuff, really. So there you go, future tubers. Showing off some cool flags for the experimental beta branch of the randomizer, and it seems to work. Now, whether it's all balanced or not is still beyond me, but it definitely works, and it's a lot of fun to try out. So maybe give it a try if you're ever in the mood. beta.finalfantasyrandomizer.com. Really hard to find. Anyway, that's all for this seed. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day.